Veggey 16.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another episode of Sets Tonight, the place to be on a Monday night, twitch.tv/Capcom Fighters. You know the drill. We got to get 2 people into the lounge, discussions with us, get that first to 10, play for those bragging rights, and know more about themselves as players and a community as a whole. We got to have lovely people always on this show. I'm going to be your host once again tonight, Jammerz, and of course, that is going to be joining me tonight. It feels like it's been forever, but it hasn't, because they were with me last week, and they are here with me once again, my generous and lovely co-hosts who one of them's got a character crisis and the other one just doesn't want to let go of his character. Veggey and Olvaha are joining me once again. Olvaha, talk to me. How are you feeling tonight?
I'm feeling good. I had a good, relaxing Easter. By the way, I hope you guys had a nice, relaxing Easter as well, and I'm ready to get back into the groove of things, and I've been playing a lot of Street Fighter as well, and I'm feeling good.
Yeah, he's not lying, because I've tried to get him to play MMO with me every couple of now, and he's like, wow, sheesh, you're such a grinder. You're just grinding. You know, I'm not even grinding, I'm just trying to get you on. Whatever. As you said, you know, Ova, when you opened up today, Jammerz, when you opened up today, you had this really, and I said, I have to remember this, I have to remember it. You said something, and I had to remember it. And then I saw Ovaha's cute face, and I forgot all about it. So it was some rhyme you did with Twitch and BRT. I don't know. And I just wanted to point out that I don't understand why Birdie is on the UK CPT thing, because there's no Birdies in the UK. There's a Cammy, though. There's a very good Cammy. I think you could have Cammy there. She's also from the UK. I'm just saying.
I don't make the graphics.
True. That's a good point.
I don't make the rules. We'll talk about.
You don't.
We'll talk about the CPT very soon, because there was another CPT announcement today on the Capcom Fighters Twitter account. So do keep an eye out for that. But, I mean, there's been plenty to talk about over the past week or so, because one thing that was definitely made the ripples in the waves, of course. But we will get onto that very, very shortly. Standard procedure. I got to do my job. Richard, roll the runner so the people know what's going on tonight. So yes, it is the general talk. Me, myself, and I, along with Veggey and Olvaha, we will be talking about everything that's happened in the past week, as well as other things regarding Street Fighter 5 for about 12 to 15 minutes. There is a big talking point, which we'll get onto that very soon. And of course, in about 20 minutes, or maybe less time than that, maybe 10 to 12 minutes from now, we're going to get our guests on tonight's show. We have announced that as well, but we're going to show their fight card very shortly. We're going to be talking to them for about 15, 20 minutes, and then after that, it is going to be the main event, the main fight card of tonight's show. So if you don't want to stick around for that preamble, that boring talk that some of you guys are like, you know, when you talk about, oh yeah,
blah, blah,
do you know when it's like, yeah, where are the games at? No. Come back in about half an hour. Come back in about 30 minutes to 40 minutes, and you will see two characters on the screen. You go, oh, that's what I know on Capcom Fighters. There are two characters beating the boop out of each other. Bang, there you go. So I'll see you in 40 minutes.
Did you just censor yourself?
I did. I'm very good at doing that. Anyway, right, Richard, now that I mentioned it, roll on the fight card. So, again, props to our co-host here, Veggey. He traveled to South America, and he found some amazing characters, some amazing people. We step into new territories, ladies and gentlemen. We are heading over to Chile, and we are going to have a Chilean First to 10 exhibition featuring, hopefully I pronounced this right, he's going to tell me soon if I didn't, it's going to be Pochoclo going up against Younghou. Yes, Pochoclo, the tech specialist. He goes on Twitter, social media, and shows you all the stuff he likes about his characters, and it's going to be a friend in need with Veggey, because I know this guy is a birdie player, and I'm like, why are you still playing him? Like, you can't keep playing it. But I've heard this guy is
get to that, Jammerz, but
we will. He's a wonderful person.
Oh, sorry, continue.
And I can't wait to speak to them, or both of them. But yes, that is going to be the fight card tonight. We did announce it on Saturday, a day we don't usually announce things, but it was good to see. And you know, it got a very good reception. And judging how the results of this show today and see how things go, hopefully we can get more South American players on here as well. Sure. Like we said, we tried to get as many people on and, you know, tap into regions that don't really get spoken about, don't really get spotlight. It can be difficult setting things up and getting past, obviously, the language barriers. Obviously, it's clearly obvious things, but we try to do as much as we can to make it an enjoyable show for you guys. But hopefully there's going to be a lot of support for our Chilean players here in tonight's First to 10. So now I've got to hand it over to Veggey, because he's been dying to say something.
Yeah, you know me, can't keep the mouth completely shut.
Okay.
So anyway, that was a good one, right? You like that one?
No.
You were a little bit afraid of what I was gonna say, and I was like completely shut. That was very good.
I was kind of afraid of it.
The fourth wall liked it, so that's good. You should have heard the fourth wall. They were like, Veggey, you're so good at this. How did you come up with that? Sick. Anyway, as we were starting to talk to the guests earlier, they were so I just want to talk a bit about them before they come. Some people think that in the show, you're only going to have the best two players from each country. And they asked me, why did you pick us? We're not the best two players of our region. And it's not always about having number one and number two of the region. It's about having some of the best players of the region who also can showcase something we don't see every day. You don't want to see Luke versus Cammy or whatever, or Luke versus Dalsim every time you turn on Capcom Fighters. So today you're going to get to see a match you're probably not going to get to see in CPT at all. And you're going to get it from people who really understand the game, who have developed sick tech on how to play it, who play together a lot, so they know the matchup. So and they're sick players. They said they are not the best players in the region. I'm not to judge, but it doesn't matter if they're best or not. They are still really high level players, and they've come here to show us.
In layman terms, there's more than one way to make a good show. There's no way, like Veggey said,
my mind is blown.
It doesn't always have to be number one, number two. Think about it. Listen, some content creators are bigger than some of the world's best players.
Yeah, most of them.
That's it. Like, look, there are tons of talented people from this region, but unfortunately, not yet. Unfortunately, it's like, look, there are going to be the number one player from this region with 300 followers, and then you're going to go up against Brian F, who's got like 30,000 followers on Twitter, nearly 70k, 80k on YouTube. He's a strong competitor. Shouts to Brian F, but you see the comparison. Yeah. So sometimes that's what happens. But anyway, speaking of people with huge followings and big influences, something happened last Friday. It was part of the A&T Annihilator Cup. There was a bunch of people playing Street Fighter, and I had the time of my life because I was thoroughly entertained by this happening. I actually forgot this was happening originally. Then it showed up. Capcom Fighters retweeted it. I'm pretty sure the vast majority of you checked it out. I was definitely talking about it with Veggey Olvaha and a few other people, and this was interesting because it was huge people, huge streamers, prolific people on social media and Twitch. They were in a competition with $350,000 on the line across various games, not just Street Fighter 5. This is just one of the games they had to play. And this is a conversation that crops up every so often. You know, should fighting games be easier to play? Should they be more difficult? You know, are they more accessible? And every so often we get reminded, and last Friday we did get reminded about what people cannot do in fighting games and what they can accomplish in a short amount of time. But I believe it was the Akuma player. Was it? What's his name? Double Lift? Was it Double Lift?
Double Lift.
He won. I believe he won the tournament last week. But I think it was interesting watching each and every each single streamer individually learn, play games, and get advice. And this is why you should never trust Twitch plays Pokemon, because I actually saw that live and direct in people's chats. It was like they said, do you know how much wrong information some of these streamers were being fed? It was wild to me. I was just like, they're like, how do you do this? And everyone's like, press this button, and it did the wrong thing. I think someone fell for the Alt F4 thing. The Alt F4 joke.
Oh, really?
I think someone fell for that.
That was intentional, at least. Though.
But it's like, it's crazy, right? So I was watching a streamer called Lulu Lovely. I believe that's how you pronounce her streamer name, because I was just looking around to go to the stream, and I saw one of the streamers playing Poison. I said, look, you can't play my character. Not, you know, it doesn't work like that.
It's a partnership now.
I was watching her like stream for about 2 or 3 hours trying to prepare and play Poison. I tried to give her as much chips as I can. It took about 2 hours to get there, but it was actually pretty cool to watch the process going. I mean, Veggey, did you watch anyone specific regarding the Street Fighter 5 in Annihilator Cup?
I watched a round just to like, because I think it's very interesting when people do start playing fighting games, because they have this idea that you just mash buttons and there's no skill in fighting games.
Yeah.
And then that epiphany some of these players got, and how some of these players' ego were totally like
destroyed,
really touched or destroyed by this game, and the way that the I'm not gonna name names, but the way that some of these streamers had to kind of like cope with their lack of skill in this game. And I saw one guy in ranked just, for instance, saying that this other guy was very bad, when obviously he wasn't that much better himself. They were both beginners, right? So it's not like you're two beginners. There's no reason to saying, oh, this guy wouldn't beat me if he didn't do X or Y, because come on, neither of you should actually think like that at that point. And then seeing some other streamers stop playing ranked matches and just doing stuff in training mode, hindering their ability to play as well, just to save their ego, was a reminder to things that even happen on high level in Street Fighter.
I'll go for it. Finish that, and I'll tell you something.
Yeah.
Finish that, I'll tell you.
Was a reminder to me of things that still happen, I think, on all levels of Street Fighter, is that we let the pride get in our way of actually progressing, because we would rather not have other people see us lose to this or that player or this or that thing, than just do and keep grinding and improving. And just seeing that from the start, and then the thing you mentioned with the high getting curve to get in, it's like, it's not weird that it's a niche community.
Look, here's the thing. So it's a video game. You're going to win some, you're going to lose some. What I saw, again, it's a friendly reminder, because everyone has been through that journey. Everyone who's played fighting games has been through that journey. The people who step into these games, they haven't experienced that. That's just like touching the water, the shallow part of the water, right? And it's just like, oh my God, it's like, I don't even know how these people, because every streamer, I kid you not, every streamer that streamed that game in the Annihilator Cup over the weekend or on that Friday, they said, whoever plays fighting games, you've got a big brain. You've just got a massive brain. Now, I was like, well, I don't, but.
Oh, stop it, you. Oh, stop.
But to be honest, I think that part is, while I think to be a very good player at any game, you have to have somewhat of a bigger brain than a small brain. I think
that came out wrong.
Yeah, I still think that it's just the thing that it's hard at that level has nothing to do with big brain or not, because it's actually muscle memory things that they need to get
and this
down.
Is the thing,
it takes 2 weeks to enjoy fighting games.
Do you know what's crazy? A lot of people say they can't play these games, but if you go back and look at all individual streamers that were streaming last week, some of them, when I was teaching Lulu how to play Poison, she said, how do you hit someone with that? I told her the move, but how do you hit someone? I said, so you already got the right line of thinking. You said, how do you hit someone with that? Right? And then someone else said, hold on, like, how am I supposed to stop the person jumping at me? How do I approach them without getting hit by this? And it's like, God bless one. I can't remember his name. One of them thought there was a block button in Street Fighter, and I was like, God bless you. There's no block button here, mate. It was amazing. It was amazing to see. I had my laughs. I had my laughs, but
and I just want to say, I just want to say that it was also very interesting. Like, streamers had a really different mindset coming into Street Fighter 5. Some were like, okay, just tell me how to win, and they listened to their chat most likely.
Which you should
not do. They were like, okay, pick Honda and press jab, 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 jab. Like, that's all you do. And some people went through the whole tournament with that mindset. And then there were like streamers who were like actually interested in learning the game. For example, I want to say Lyric.
I think he's the only one that stuck around. I think Lyric's the only one that stuck around.
And yeah. actually streamed after the tournament, which is really cool. And he didn't pick the easiest character. I don't think Sagat is the easiest character. He requires some really specific spacing and some normal usage and use of DP, for example. And he was actually asking questions regarding that from his chat, for example, which was just really cool to see. Like, he had the right mindset for learning, you know.
Yeah,
okay,
I mean,
now I can do this. What can I use and apply this for?
It's interesting because first of all, like for the most part, the FGC don't kind of see that kind of money that was involved in the Annihilator Cup. $350,000, like, just let me sniff 30K. Let me just a little bit. Let me sniff 30K. But at the same time, what was interesting before we get our guests in, because they are waiting for us, the whole of the FGC, or most of the FGC, were watching that, but we can't get them to watch our biggest events. Do you know how wild that is? We watch them. Yeah. And that was Street Fighter, part of a entire 5-game series, but we can't get them to watch Capcom Cup. How wild is that?
Could it be that our ego was that we wanted to see them? Let's see how they fail miserably at our superior game.
Not really. Not really. That's it. But okay, cool. Do you know what? We got to do this very quickly because I can talk about this all day. But yes, do not forget the CPT is among us. Things are going to be starting at the end of the month. April 30th to May 1st is the first CPT, and there was an announcement for the UK CPT coming up. But yes, the Americans from the West Coast are preparing for their North America West 2022. This is their one and only online premiere that's going to be happening, and then a week later it will be the UK one. It's going to be an absolute bloodbath. It's going to be interesting. Hope you guys can stick around and join us for that. And then a week after that it'll be France, Spain and Portugal. So once the CPT season starts, it's going to be live and kicking, and believe me, when event season starts, it doesn't stop until the end of the year. Now, Richard, can you scroll down? Because it's going to end in December. Okay, because obviously last year it started in April and it went into 2022. So I just wanted to see what the schedule would be like. And they are, I think they're, I don't know how much details have been divulged to the public yet, because I still want to know what is going on regarding the World Warrior program. I think people are still waiting on that because people want to go to offline events. And it's like, I don't think there's anything going to be happening right now. So we just have to sit here and wait patiently and just wait for announcements to be happening. But yes, that is going to be, we could talk about a lot of things. Veggey, mentioned that one thing before we get the guys in.
15 seconds. To the people who, just real quick, a lot of people when they're watching and they want to teach, they don't actually want to teach the player. They want recognition for being a teacher. So I saw a lot of people who are probably not that high level give out all this kind of weird advice that wouldn't actually work, that wouldn't help at that level, just because they wanted the streamer to recognize them. It was never about the streamer. It was about the viewer getting recognition for helping the streamer, which is absolutely terrible when you want to help someone win a beginner's tournament where you should just teach them the absolute minimum that will work against other minimum players.
Okay,
sorry.
So how do you win against other beginners with Birdie?
Oh, that's easy. Actually, you just jab, crouch, medium punch when they jump. Works most of the time, sometimes won't. So you just mash jab, really. That would be enough. I think you could win just using Birdie crouch jab in this tournament. At least, Double Lift would win, because he was a Street Fighter 4 player, or he played Street Fighter 4, 3K PP. But against most of them, just Birdie, crouch jab. I think that would be good. And then jump.
Sounds complicated.
If fireball.
Yeah, sounds complicated.
Jab and crouch, medium punch. That's not complicated.
Sounds like a hard character.
But I would never. I would just say, like Punk said, I would just say pick Dawson. Stand medium kick, stand medium punch. You can't lose. Just pick Dawson. How would you? You couldn't lose if you picked Dawson. No one picked Dawson.
Listen. And I think that it was close. Someone picked someone with a long range attack. Lulu did, and I tried to give her as much help.
But Dawson is next level long range attack.
Oh, well, with mediums anyway.
You literally. It even works on highest level.
Either way, it was entertaining to watch. I'm pretty sure if you go on the archives for the Annihilator Cup, you can go watch back at everything. And again, if you want to just see like clips over social media, there's been tons of talk and what's the other word the FGC like? Discourse that happened on social media regarding it. But hey, we gotta move things on swiftly because I've been dying to talk to our lovely guests from Chile, and I want to know what they feel about the game, about their scene as a whole. So let's find out and let's talk to them a little bit. So yes, can we have Pochoclo and Younghou? If you guys can unmute your mics so we can start talking to you guys, this would be fantastic. So, Pochoclo and Younghou, can you guys hear me loud and clear?
Yes, we can.
Hey, there we go. So fantastic. So, first of all, gentlemen, thank you both for coming on the show. We did actually give you quite short notice, but I like that you guys responded in a positive manner, and you guys wanted to jump on the show because, again, a lot of people, quite a number of people have asked us to show some South American representation on the show. So much appreciated to both Pochoclo and Youngho for coming on the show. So in this first segment of our interview phase, we're just going to sit here. We're going to ask you some questions. I've got some questions about Rose. I'm pretty sure Veggey wants to talk to another friend that plays Birdie because there's not many of you left.
Why is that, you imagine? Why is that?
First of all, I've got to ask Pochoclo this first question because I feel I'm doing a disservice with your name. How do we pronounce your name properly?
Pochoclo.
Pochoclo.
Pochoclo. Oh,
Yeah,
Pochoclo.
yeah, Pochoclo. Is there
Okay.
And-
right way?
And Youngho?
Youngho.
Yeah.
Just like that.
Yo, okay. So, all right, just so we get it out of the way, because you know when you read someone's name, it's like, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. Is that just the English in me, or you know, you just see
No,
it?
don't worry, it's me as well.
Well, sometimes that happens. Well, listen,
No,
I'm
no,
gonna
don't,
do-
worry, don't worry, don't worry. My name is even weird here. Pochoclo, it means popcorn. But no here in Chile. Here in Chile we call it cabritas. So it's something really weird. Here people call me the right way because it's a Spanish word, but they even don't know who it means.
Okay, do you know what? So, Pochoclo, I don't know if you know this player. There's a Urian player from Finland called Lohi, and I believe his name means salmon. Is that right?
It does.
So maybe if you guys ever met, maybe at Evo, we get Pochoclo popcorn versus salmon. That'd be amazing. I'd just be on commentary saying popcorn versus salmon
Let's
in
make
Street
that
Fighter 5, and it's like, again,
And it could be commentated by vegetables.
but well, there you go. But this is the beauty. This is one of the beauties behind us having you guys and talking to you guys, because we like to learn the meanings behind people's names, and then it creates other storylines for other events. So I like that. It's kind of cool. Youngho, does your name have a meaning behind it, or?
Yes, as a meaning because I was a rhythm dance player before.
Oh,
I play Dance Dance Revolution and Pump It Up.
okay.
Before. And there is a dancer who's called Youngho. So I took his name. So I stole his name basically. And now he stopped playing. So I took his nickname for fighting it.
Wow.
Anyway, after I do some research about my name, and I found it's a second name in Korea.
Oh.
So it's like the meaning is like Yon Takeuchi. That means it's like John Smith. This guy is a whatever Asian guy you find on internet. Because Yon Takeuchi name means any Asian guy from. It's a common name. This is the meaning. It's a common name. It's like you say John Smith or something like that. It's like in Chile. In Chile is Juanito Pérez.
Okay.
I mean, it's a regular name. Nothing special about it.
So
Like a
standard.
common one.
Yeah, common. Like okay. Damn.
But
I like
isn't that also the special, the ultra or super for Youngho?
No.
Yeah, but
Is
that's
it?
a concept.
Oh.
Just a concept.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so. I think
Yeah,
one of his supers is called Youngho.
First
It's
Super
Ultra One.
in Third Strike.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
And it's
Okay.
Ultra One or something
I didn't play
in
Third Strike.
SF4.
If it's from Third Strike, I didn't play Third Strike like that. So that's actually.
I thought it might be that because you are from Third Strike as well, right, Youngho?
Well, okay. No, that's interesting. All right. Do you know, I like that. Right. So I've got another question for Pochoclo, because now we got to dive into Street Fighter 5 stuff. So Pochoclo, you are predominantly known right now for your Rose tech and your Rose gameplay. Now, we did have Flaquito from the West Coast come on and face Brian F before. We spoke a little bit about him with Rose, but now I've got to get your opinion on it, because you've delved into this character a fair bit. How strong is Rose this season, in your opinion? Does she have what it takes to win a tournament on her own? What do you think?
I think the Rose is a really good character this season. Previous season was bottom tier character for sure, and now the new buff make her more consistency in neutral game. That is the key to make Rose better, and also she's one of the few characters that can fight Luke, and Luke is the meta right now in competitive games. So if you can play an even matchup versus Luke, it's a really good character, because there will be a lot of Luke players here in competitive matches.
Okay, now do you know what? I like that. Now another question I got to ask you regarding Rose. Obviously, Soul Illusion, the V-Trigger 2, it did get buffed. It is better now, but
Yep.
I still feel that V-Trigger 1 is the better V-Trigger. Do you agree with that, or do you think V-Trigger 2 is now better than V-Trigger 1?
I think both the triggers are pretty good, but it will depend the matchup on what you need. If you go against character that have low health, it's better to use V-Trigger 2, and characters you are stronger in neutral, it's better to use V-Trigger 1. V-Trigger 2 buff are really good, especially when you need to force opponent to go for a B reversal and waste and seal the V trigger, especially against character like Urien or Menat, character that has 3 bars V trigger, or even characters like Nekali, because Nekali has not access to B reversal once he activates V trigger. So it's a really good tool to force a mix up and force take the throw or delay wake up, and also she has a lot of true blocks doing cheap damage with a huge amount of damage.
Okay, no, do you know what? That's a very interesting insight. I didn't know people like yourself, they looked into like choosing V triggers that deeply. It's like, oh, if they got low health, just pick this V trigger. And if they're strong in neutral, pick that V trigger. I like that choice. But yeah, hey, Veggey, you know what? I'm gonna hand it over to you now, because I'm pretty sure you got a question you want to ask Younghou. Is that correct?
Yeah, I definitely do. I just wanted to point out that round we just watched from Pochoclo right now was kind of sick. So Younghou, last season we were both talking about Birdie and if he was strong or not. How do you feel about Birdie now after like the last patch change with the buffed standing heavy punch?
I think the character is decent enough, but I don't see any reason to pick him over other characters in the game. He's a slow character, or a slow wall, footsie-oriented character. So I can't see the benefits of picking Birdie over Karin, Colleen, on other footsie characters. And also, Birdie has so many bad matchups against very strong characters like Bison, for example, or Luke. So I think I will switch to another character this season.
Have you considered playing Nekali at all? I feel like you might be a decent Nekali player, Younghou, or is he not? Is he not your cup of tea? I know you played G at one point, but I don't know if you want to stick around with G. I mean, what are your options?
I am learning Seku now. Also, I have a Pocket G and Pocket Balrog.
Of course he
So,
did.
and as we all know, a Pocket Balrog is like a main Balrog, by the way. Continue, sorry.
Everyone has a Balrog, baby.
Oh, man.
I think Capcom moved Seku this season, and the character I am still struggling because I think it's difficult to play Seku, but he seems really strong like on this season.
Oh, well, I mean, for I think the past 3 or 4 seasons, Zeku's just been slowly creeping up the ranks, just getting buffed for no reason. And
For
here
no
we
reason.
are. Yeah, I mean, here we are. So
For absolutely no reason.
if you do stick with Zeku in the long run, I actually can't wait to see what you come up with, because I know, again, and Veggey has vouched for this, you are a very strong player and you understand the game really well, so I'm pretty sure you'll be able to learn it in probably a very short space of time. So that'll be pretty interesting to see. Olvaha, you did have a question that you wanted to ask before we went on the character select screen.
Speaking of strong players, I wanted to ask both Pochoclo and Younghou, I'm really sorry for that.
It doesn't matter.
I'm awful.
Yeah,
but-
my English is not good at all, so I have to apologize too.
No, it's fine. Don't worry. All right.
It's okay, don't
Continue
worry.
with the question. We'll get this right.
I wanted to ask you both who are like the top 5 players in your opinion in your region, and we can start with Younghou.
Are we talking Chile?
In
Or
my region, I
are
mean
we talking about
Chile
South
or-
America?
Yeah, like whichever is easier to answer.
All right, let's go with top 5 players in Chile. Younghou.
Yeah.
Chile, I think the top one now, because the game changed a lot, I think. So the best player could be, I think Mysterio is still third, maybe not in order. I think I will say the top 5.
Yeah, just give me
Not
5
order.
names. Give me 5 names.
Mysterio,
Uh-huh.
me,
Mhm.
Moises, Chaos, and Chance will
Okay.
be my top 5 in Chile.
Okay.
Not order.
Pochoclo, what about you? Do you agree with that list that Younghou mentioned, or would you swap
if
a
we are,
couple names?
if we are talking about this year, I'm okay with that list, but I have to mention Evil Cry. He's one of the best players in Street Fighter 5 and Street Fighter 4 here in Chile. Is the number 1 for sure, but he's actually not playing the game, so that's why, because we won't talk about him these 2 years, but the previous years he was absolutely the strongest player here, and I'm okay. Yeah, I think these 5 names are the strongest players here in Chile.
Cool, because I mean we like to ask this question, especially with regions that don't get as much spotlight as, say Europe or North America, because there's a lot of hidden talent everywhere, and obviously we can't follow everyone. And what happens is like, you guys, along with the top 5 players that you just mentioned, or 5 names you mentioned, you guys could go to Evo and make top 8, and we didn't know who you guys were. And then it go, but we can go, yeah, we spoke to Pochoclo and Younghou about these guys at the CPT, and they said, look, these are 5 names you should be looking out for. So it's just helping people put more names on their radar in terms of players to look at in the long run for the game's lifespan. Another question I got for you guys, just in general, because obviously we've been playing online predominantly for the past 2 years. How active is the community in Chile, or maybe different parts of South America as a whole on CFN? Because is it super active like Europe or North America, or is it less active? Pochoclo, I want to get your answer.
I think here in Chile we are less active than the rest of the region. For example, Brazil has weeklies every week, has mayors, has a lot of leagues, etc. But we have Younghou and Alpha Sicario. These 2 players are working so much for make the FGC, the Chilean FGC activity up, like for example making leagues, like exhibitions.
Make sure they get that
weeks.
awareness and stay active.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. They are working too hard. So huge shout out for Younghou, who is here, and Alpha Sicario, that he's the main tournament organization of Chilean leagues.
Nice. I like that. Again, because like we said, right, it's because I'm pretty sure you guys were watching NLBC before it stopped. So obviously we got Salt Mine League in Europe, there's Wednesday night fights, we used to have Winner Stays On. There's so many things that, depending where you are in the world, they have a bigger spotlight, a bigger presence than others. And it's like, again, when it comes around to, maybe you guys' online CPT, or when you did have offline your regional finals for Latin America or South America, it was like, right, how do these guys train? We don't specifically know how you guys train, but it's good that you said, right, we got weeklies, we're doing leagues, we have the one-off major, and it's good because we need to understand that, like, everyone who's actively playing this game, because I believe, Younghou, you're a warlord online, right?
Yes,
Right.
I am.
You don't just get a warlord out of thin air. You don't just do that. Like,
It doesn't mean anything. Actually, I think Warlord is just a grind.
yes.
You get your GM, and then you continue playing mindlessly to rank until you get to Warlord.
I think he's right. Yeah.
So my goal in the Chilean FGC right now is not to be a player. It's more about being a content creator and also develop the national scene. Because here in Chile, there's a lot of people who can learn fighting games properly because they don't know where the information is.
Yes.
And they don't know the proper English to understand. My English is very bad. My speaking is really bad, but I can read an article. I can see a stream. There's a lot of people here in Chile, they can't. So I try to help these people to improve our scene and also improve me as a player competing against them.
I like that. Mad respect for Younghou for doing that, making it easier for the.
Mad respect.
Do you know, I kind of feel disheartened because I'm not a warlord yet, and he said you're playing, you're mindlessly playing the game.
But it's true though, Jammerz. It's just
I just enjoy playing. I just enjoy playing.
The benchmark is GM. After GM, it's the same point win-loss ratio for the rest of the journey. So if you could go from master to GM, you can actually go from GM to warlord. It's just a matter of time because there's no more point changes in inflation. In how you lose or win points.
Look, the CFN economy for points is bad enough as it is. But anyway, I think as you go up the ranks, I'm pretty sure everyone here can say, obviously we play online battle lounges, ranked or whatever, different reasons, but as you go up the ranks, certain things you have to change more subtle things, more micro things. So it's like, right, spacing, matchup knowledge, the counter tech, optimization. So as you go higher, things change a little bit. But yes, Younghou is not wrong. It is at the end of the day, it's a grind. It's just how long or how much time you put into it, right? So that's what happens at the end of the day. And some people just like, I can't do this. I want to be a warlord. I'm like, you don't want to be a warlord. Trust me, you don't. You got
it's like
one weekend, baby.
Jammerz, it's like I don't think you changed that much from 210k to 230k.
No.
It's like there was no need for a change to go from 210 to 230.
I had a good day or I had a bad day. That's it. Same 12 guys I fight.
But going from diamond to super diamond, you have to change something if you're stuck on diamond, right?
Yeah.
And from super diamond to ultra diamond, same. You have to change something. You have to improve to get there. But once you get to grandmaster, you don't have to change anything else to go all the way to warlord. It's a matter of time.
Of course. Right.
So I think it's a very good point.
We are going to go to a break. Just after this final question, I'm going to put my guests on the spot. So, Pochoclo, I'm going to ask you this first. Who's the best character in Street Fighter V currently, in your opinion?
Luke.
Okay. Younghou,
Luke
what
is the
about
number
you?
one. Luke is. I'm sorry. Luke is the best character in the Street Fighter V history, alongside with Chun-Li, Season 1.
Oh, do you know what?
Fresh.
No. I like that he brought up Season 1 Chun-Li because I look at all the characters that were abominations or the best characters in their respective seasons. And Pochoclo, I don't think I've said this like publicly, but I'm going to say it to you now. I reckon if Season 1 Chun-Li did not get changed, the floodgates would have they would have stayed closed. Do you agree with that? I don't think the game we have now would have been what it was if Chun-Li Season 1 was still around. Do you think that's the case? Oh, he's thinking about it.
For me, Luke is an abomination character. He's extreme.
The Frankenstein.
It's the ultimate character because he has zoning. He has extremely good normals, a lot of range. He's a perfect character for whiff punishes. He has Oki after DP, three frame jabs, armor. A lot of damage. Once Luke has B skill 1, any crouching medium kick will convert it into 300 or 400 damage, and still have Oki in corner. He has throw loops because of a standing roundhouse that is +1 on block after the throw. So he's an absolute madness.
Wow, I like that. I like that extended answer. Younghou, what about you? Who do you think the best characters in Street Fighter 5?
Luke.
Okay.
No contest. No contest.
Yeah.
I think Capcom should ban Luke from the tournaments or get another balance patch, because there is no reason to pick any other character outside of Luke. because the character has no weakness, and only one losing matchup against Sim. All other matchups are fight or an advantage. So if you're a competitive player, a professional like Veggey, he should be playing Luke instead of Beardy, for example.
Wow, he mentioned the B word. He said we should ban him. We're going to hold it there because we got to take a break. I've extended it because we're introduced for our guests. You guys can think about that during the break. But while we go on that break, I'm going to get our 2 guests in the lobby. And when we come back, we'll talk about banned characters. But I'm going to get these guys in the lobby for this first to 10. Don't go nowhere. We'll be back with you in 5 minutes.
I present the Hunter from Komura.
Humble greetings.
All right, everyone.
Please don't. Here, I'm merely a quest receptionist.
Something odious. Up there!
If I go too far, please forgive me.
My name is Seth. Bow down before my sight.
It's time for trap.
Show me everything. Download.
This will do.
I'll settle this. It's the end!
Let's go, brother!
The finale! You can't escape!
All right, everyone, and welcome back to tonight's episode of Sets featuring Pochoclo going up against Youngho. The fight card was supposed to be there, but it's not. My two co-hosts are there now. It said something else is there. I don't know. The stream team been a bit lazy at the back. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, the pre-match interview and the preamble is over. We had a lot of things to discuss because a lot of things happen in the span of a week. So I just like to catch up with the guys and talk about Street Fighter, some other nonsense, and tell him to stop playing Birdie, but he's not going to listen to me anyway.
I've been trying to convince him as well.
Well, you tried Karg and it didn't work out, so you need to try another character.
There is something called love, and it's something you need to explore.
Damn, loyalty? Loyalty?
Oh, well, I'll wait for that book when you publish it. Anyway, right, yes, we've got our guests in the lobby right now, and I'm going to make sure I go to the back of the queue. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for joining us tonight on tonight's show. It is our Chilean first to 10. It's going to be Pochoclo going up against Youngho, Rose versus Birdie. And now, I said it's not character locked. And they said, gentleman's agreement, we're going to stick with these characters. Youngho did allude to something before, but I'm not going to say it until we speak to him after this set has transpired. Pochoclo did have a little bit of a worry, but we're going to see what happens. Hopefully, we just have a smooth first to 10, because he did bring something up that was important. And again, I like it when these guys have a lot of questions, because it's just important, and hopefully I can answer them. But yes, it will be Birdie going up against Rose. Damn, they came late to the party.
Yeah, they did. And
they came late to the party? Like,
Jammerz, you and I, we have played this match, but I would say neither of us can really say how this will go, because I don't think we've played this match enough, and not in this match.
You know what's crazy? Right? Like, I remember, because you were just dealing with Rose's Soul Spark really well with Bullhorn. And Flaquito has said this is a good matchup for Rose, and Pochoclo feels the same way. So I'm like, huh? But I'm not a Rose specialist, so
let's see. I'm really.
And it's a different season now, though, from back then, because she has more things to do. The thing with that stand fierce is you can whip punish the Birdie, but you cannot go into Bullhorn. You have to always go into the Bullheads because it's too far, so you kind of lose your Oki.
True.
I'm such a lucky commentator. I get to commentate with guys that actually play these characters. Wow.
You sound like such a fanboy.
I'm so lucky.
Oh, nice crouch jab.
Oh yeah, and he also had that conversion, but I think he maybe dropped the stand light kick from the crouching jab, or was just an off situation with punish. And that's how you play. In this match, whenever, like they spoke about V-triggers earlier, and I totally agree. If you have big damage V-triggers against low health characters where you can kill off a super when they're like 50% or below, then conversing your meter and just wait for the activation is a great way to actually secure a lot of round wins. And that's the thing Birdie is really good at when he plays against low health, is go V-trigger 1, save bar, kill at 50%.
Yeah, but this is what was interesting, and he should get stunned after this next guess here. If he guesses right, yeah, he does the late stand medium kick, and he had the medium, he had the meter to make that medium kick safe because of a new change, and he's got one more guess. What's it going to be?
Oh my god. Only gets the V-skill? Okay, nice tech from Youngho.
Yeah, because forward hard kick is special cancel. They've done that this season or the patch before the definitive update.
Oh, go! Nice, I like that. Going with the roundhouse over the can, I like that.
He's doubting his command throw. Okay, he tries to get the conversion. Pochoclo is just comfortably sitting with all that life, ready to take command throw that leads to no Oki, and that's why he's now up 1-1.
Okay, so one thing you got to keep an eye out for, Lice with punish, stand fist into heavy soul spiral. One thing you got to keep an eye out for is when Youngho throws out the can, like Rose can use stand medium kick and back hard kick to go over them. There's quite a few moves you can do that against, but it also might lead you to your doom, and especially in a situation like this, back to neutral where Youngho actually might win if he gets one with punish into C8. There you go!
Already in the first game.
I think he's still alive though.
It's not V-trigger. It's not in that V-trigger. Had it been V-trigger, it would have been dead. Yeah. I'm still afraid of the command throw. I understand it. With that life lead, you kind of don't need it. But this is such a good round for Youngho. He can V-reversal. The V-trigger 2 won't be as dangerous. Oh, Pochoclo tries to find another stand fierce, but Youngho with the great spacing. And that's such a whiff punishable move. I mean, you can whiff punish that after drinking your coffee.
See, so usually my third eye opens the 5th or 6th game in, but it opened in round 1, so I'm getting better at this stuff. Anyway, but it's definitely a thing where me and Veggey actually spoke about this for ages when we played this matchup before. It's like he said, look, you can't throw out stand fierce as much as you'd want to because Birdie's whiff punish game is probably one of the best things he has remaining. I'll give him that. I'll give him that.
Yeah, absolutely. And probably the best whiff punish game in the game.
It's one of the simpler ones.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah, but I mean, you
straightforward.
can punish
I mean,
big
Veggey does
more
it
like
while
anything.
singing, so it has to be.
Nice conversion from Younghou. Just not in time for the command to the anti-air to work before the can hits. Oh, up close? How is that? How is that
It's
unblocked?
-4. It's not -6 anymore. So it's -4. So you can't do
that's
crouch.
actually a
You
good
can't do
But
crouch
he
jab
still
anymore.
finds the hit after he knows he has to use this button. He has to just make sure the spacing is right, and it's paying off for him right now. Okay, nice V reversal.
Nice V reversal.
Not ready for the
Another one.
EX Revenger. Oh, he tried to use the new 0-1 block.
Pochoclo with the stand medium kick. So that wake up option is legit because if you went for a delayed grab, Rose doesn't go airborne until the 5th frame. So she is definitely missing your throw, and he took the commitment into the CA. Damn, these guys are going in hard. And he already, again, Pochoclo's loving that stand medium kick buff. A lot of people who don't play Rose like, why did she get that? I'm loving it. I'm loving it.
Great punish. But I think it was an interesting decision there. We have it into the medium punch instead. Yeah, you have to just cancel all thoughts of whip punishing into bullhorn and just go into the bullhead because you know it will connect. Oh, try to delay, great stuff.
No command grab.
Oh, looking
Do you
really
not have
strong
a
here. Oh, but
three-frame
Beach
No, Rose doesn't have a 3 frame. No.
Interesting. Big damage now though. Not gonna
Set
get
up
another
your-
one. Gotta make this one count.
Once
Again
again,
with the
such a
reversal.
good usage of V reversal. Both of the times when, like, Pochoclo has had the V trigger.
Oh
He's gonna get stunned in a minute. If he gets this wrong, he's gonna get stunned. That's good. No, that's good. That's legit. No, that's
That was
legit
great.
tech.
Yeah, that was a good.
Because
That was a counter.
Veggey, you remember when I showed you that? Do you remember when I showed you that, Veggey?
Which one?
When,
With the EX,
when you do EX Soul Punish and it counters the bullhorn as a trade.
Yeah.
It's legit tech to stop wake up bullhorn. Oh
Yeah.
man.
I feel waking up with bullhorn is better after blocking 1 or 2 buttons because then they might. But at the first one, a lot of people are now thinking like, okay, I do a 2-hit button or a 2 fast jabs, or as Pochoclo did now, the EX power. He could continue pressuring afterwards, so he kind of covered everything and also would have pressured if he gets wrong.
There's a lot.
Wow! On reaction or just preemptively? We're gonna
I
see
think
who
you know
said
you can do that
that.
reaction.
Oh
No,
my
you
God,
can do.
I love
it.
He
It
answered
wasn't
your
an
question.
accident. Oh my
You
God.
can do that
Wow,
reaction.
thank you, Pochoclo. You got the answers for me.
This is amazing.
Okay, I'm learning more about this matchup now, and he's gonna cancel into Soul Satellite again. Get that
Satellite.
grab. It's another sneaky one.
done here.
Yeah. Dead.
Pochoclo.
And I kind of understand Younghou going for it because it was either I take the throw and lose, or maybe I get through the button and I can start my comeback. So I'm okay with wasting that bar because if it lands, I can win. If I get thrown, I get thrown either way.
Yeah, but
Nice.
here's the thing with both these characters. So if you throw them and you walk up throw them again, it will work because their wake up options are susceptible to throws. So they're actually more scared on wake up than other characters should be.
Yeah. So this is where Birdie really shines. Okay, but he
Nice,
gets
gets
out of
the
the corner due to the head. He has to autocorrect that one.
Oh,
That was
nice jump back as well. Gets the V trigger activation here as well. I'm gonna get the corner carry and the setup later.
yeah. And do you have a left-right here, Jammerz?
No.
Oh, he drops it.
Nah, he wanted the combo because
Still
he was already in the
punish,
corner,
yeah.
so there's no point in setting up
Challenges
something.
after the EX bull.
So right now I think Younghou, he's not ready for the dashing approach. You can't check Rose's dash if you're looking for it.
We're looking for the back
Okay,
dash maybe?
he's in such a good spot right now, Younghou. It's gonna take a lot to kill him. You need to find some kind of a super
can
or
we still-
something. Great stuff.
I like how he kind of sneaked himself up there because the can was behind him, so he
Yeah.
kind of felt like he's free to move forward as he sees fit.
Well, he also let's not forget the fact that he was armored up on basically all his moves, so he could be a little bit more ignorant in that situation. So.
Exactly.
And even if you did something punishable, I mean, she had super, but oh no.
Nice block.
It's a big read. That
Nice
was a great
block.
punish. It's still not done. More's coming. That's the
Setting
V
up
skill.
one satellite.
Just wants to get the pressure from the V skill. Great. Takes the throw. And he still has the V trigger. He wants to get that on block. He's not deterred. And that was a great spacing on the fireball with no punish.
Don't jump.
On the bull
Don't.
with-
Whoa. Okay.
Do it. Too late for the punish though.
Pochoclo has been really good. He's actually had like at least twice has jumped back
Oh,
and
let's
his
go.
overhead.
That was a trap.
You just need one. Yeah. Well, let's see what's gonna be wake up super.
Yeah, he done it. Yeah, he done wake up
he
super.
was
Yeah,
ready
yeah,
for
yeah.
it. Yeah. Oh, drishk.
Good read.
You know,
Good.
when Birdie's powered up in Vichiga 1, he's actually one of the best characters in the game in that Vichiga.
Now,
Especially in the corner. Christ.
Yeah.
I'll
No,
give
yeah,
you-
when
I'll
get
give you
the corner
that.
faster with.
I'll
yeah.
give you that,
So
but
with that
also-
Vichiga, yeah.
I'll tell you what. So
Lay it on me,
the
bro.
wake up super actually wasn't a bad choice because obviously
No, I don't
Rose's
think so, yeah.
Rose's super doesn't have a cinematic position. It goes. It was going to put Younghou back in the corner, and he would have got dash up +2, and he still had Soul Illusion ready. So there's some stuff that's going on between these two. Like me and Veggey only scratched the surface on this matchup. We didn't really delve into it. as much as we probably could. But
to have like two character specialists like this on the show. Absolutely.
I always felt that Birdie could deal with Rose, but then other birdies tell me he cannot. But it's looking right now that it's not like a lopsided match of either side. Oh,
wow, that roundhouse is so good. That is such a big brain strategy from Pochoclo.
It doesn't, you can't get combo fit. It's only +2 on hit, so you're in throw range, and if crush counter, it sends you far away. So people are lucky she doesn't get like a proper conversion from that. So.
That's dead. Finally he goes for that command throw after being so wary of trying to command throw anything on his Oki's Youngho. Looking to take it, go up to the 3-1.
And here's the thing, because Rose has so many different like strong options as well as many different ways to cancel into V skill 2 now, so you want to kind of activate that as much as you possibly can. You might actually be putting yourself in a bad spot a lot of the time because you're trying to vary your options all the time, and Youngho's like, look, I'll wait for you to whiff this button, I'll wait for you to jump, or I'll wait for you to do that, and I'll punish you.
Oh, by the way,
after one command throw, so afraid.
I wanted to ask both of you guys as well. Did you play with the same loadout as these guys are playing?
I went with V-Trigger 1.
Oh,
yes, I changed after we played for a bit to this. V-Skill 1 is definitely the better because if she tries to set up shop full screen, you can start throwing cans. So she has to stay closer. She cannot backdash and then start control. That is an entry for you. So she has to stay closer if you have V-Skill 1. V-Skill 1. If you have V-Skill 2, she can just go full screen and start doing stuff. So you kind of have to have V-Skill 1 to make her stay close, I feel.
Well,
that's interesting.
It's 3-1 to Youngho right now. Pochoclo, again, he's whiffing a lot of stuff. And this is it. Like, Veggey will tell you, like, your spacing with Birdie, especially at this point in the game, it's got to be on point now.
Yeah. And I feel like
the orb's still detonating and hitting Youngho. They're not ready for the dash. Let's go.
Okay, that's an okay punish. No reload key, though.
All right, there we go. Gonna get the H full head, put out the banana.
Yeah. I do think that the Rose buff to the Oki only really works from crouching medium kick cancels.
Nah, if you get the combo into heavy soul spiral, you're closer than light soul spiral medium.
Perfect.
Like the heavy one's actually better.
Dead. Here in the corner, Youngho is so scary.
I feel Stand Fierce is not a button you can really use that much against Birdie because he has such an easy whiff punish on it. It's more about delaying the match as much as possible to make it hard to react to the 1 or 2 whips.
Yeah,
but when it's fast-paced all the time, it becomes easy, I feel, for Birdie to open up the opponent.
I think.
Speaking of Stand Fierce, we haven't really seen Youngho use Birdie's Stand Fierce.
He doesn't need to.
He tried once and he got countered from the charge, and that was it.
You'll see as over time or as we grow into this match, probably Pochoclo's button choices will change. You'll probably see Stand Fierce less, more of a crouching medium kick, but either way, if Youngho has the correct spacing, Stand Medium Punch should cover all of his problems, or deal with all of his problems.
There you go. Once I said, there's the Stand Fierce.
And that's the tries to dash in at a -6 button. Youngho preemptively buffers with Standing Medium Punch. Takes it gloriously, as we should call it.
Look at this 4-1 lead. He's in cruise control right now.
This is why I feel when Birdie players were, when Rose players were telling me that Birdie's a good matchup for her, I'm like, footsie battle, damage output.
I don't see it.
Like this is so what we're seeing now is the aspect I saw. So this was my concern, but we've actually gone back to the character select screen, so I'm going to do that.
No, I agree. I never. A zoning character is rarely a problem for Birdie unless it's a button zoning. Anything with fireballs, where the limps are more like him, he doesn't struggle because of the bullhorn and the EX bullhorn and the can, right?
Right.
So if it's a zoner that zones with fireballs, Guile, you have Rose. These matchups aren't that hard because that's kind of what he counters. That's where he's strongest. He's countering close-range fireball or mid-range fireball zoning characters because he has the tools to stop absolutely everything they do. So I don't see why Rose should be like destroying Birdie as a lot of Rose players would say.
He swapped his entire...
But now we gotta get some robberies though. Let's go.
All right, cool.
This is the problem. Yeah, this is the problem, I think.
So here's my angle on this. This is like Soul Illusion is good and it's fun, but what you need in terms of Street Fighter 5, the comeback factor, the threat in neutral, like the Soul Dimension offers that and so much more. The V skill 1, I need to learn over time how he's going to use it in this matchup, so we'll see.
Oh yeah, you need to like stop automatically reverting to that great whiff punish though on the stand heavy kick even. Oh, no confirm on the crash mini kick, definitely looking for it. Now finding the spacing way closer. Yeah. He's like forcing his way in, and Younghou is trying to counter it with his standing heavy kick to get that crush.
Yeah, he's not comfortable. You can see it, and I know I know Veggey knows this better than anyone. He can tell when someone's not comfortable dealing with Birdie.
Okay, will he dash up here? Okay, he goes for the slide instead.
Yeah, he's not. He actually is not comfortable dealing with Birdie.
Yeah.
No, not in this range at least. Okay, there's no punish. He might get an activation though. Okay, let's see. Nice. The back jab delay maybe.
Go out of the corner, but back in the corner.
Oh, there we go! Free damage! It's free damage! I'm telling you! Oh, he's not ready to punish the V-versal!
No, I
there's
really
no activation
like
though.
That was so good, but it's not enough though. Younghou takes the round.
Yeah, automatically reverts to the back heavy kick when I feel like it wasn't a great spot, kind of, because there was no activation coming. It was corner, it was easier to space this. Can't whip that.
Okay, stand fierce again. Yeah, do you know what? When he feels he's got the spacing right to whip punish stand fierce, Younghou walks forward and does crouching jab. And when he thinks he can do stand fierce again, he gets whip punished.
Oh, too late with the bullhorn. Is that buff too?
There's more push. No, there's more pushback on Soul Spark on block. Nothing else has changed about it.
Oh, and I need to pull
so
up
it's
a
just too
W
late.
card
This
there.
is the zoning, maybe why he wanted it. Oh, nice, gets the BTH Revenge on startup. Has that? What is the green goo? I don't remember. Tell me,
it
Jammerz.
debuffs. So when you get the turquoise color, it's a damage debuff on you, and that lasts about 7 to 9 seconds, I think it was. I can't quite remember.
Corner, there you go.
Pochoclo respecting the
No juice, no juice, no resources.
Nice. And this
Meanwhile,
is such a great
Younghou
spot
just
because you can
starting-
do whatever you want at this point as Younghou.
Come on,
because
we'll kill you.
have to respect it. Oh, he does it!
And he knew.
Pochoclo, don't remember the armor if you want to stay alive.
Go for a viable.
Set a full screenshot again. Builds up, but now you have that again. You have to deal with the cam because you ran away. Oh, he had the plus frames.
Watch out for the
So
bullhorn.
tense.
Watch out for the bullhorn.
Watch out for the EX Revenge as well. It might come.
Oh my
Let's
God,
see
the
the
card. Oh,
Keep
I know he
forgetting
did.
that he's gonna be punished.
Awful situation for
Yeah.
Pochoclo in there. Like the can was rolling, getting cornered, and like everything was not in his favor.
And there you see why Birdie should have these skill 1, because when they try to backdash to start stuff, you throw the can as an answer to that, so that they kind of make you force them to stay closer where you are most efficient. If she could stay full screen and do her stuff, set up shop all the time, it would be very hard. But since she can't really do that, as she tries to run out, you can just throw out the can. I feel like that's the design philosophy behind the can, really.
Yeah, I think right now, because it's 5-1 in this set, Pochoclo needs to find a way to be a nice conversion. Yeah, he needs to find a way to get Younghou to jump. But Bird doesn't need to jump because he can just ball. There you go. He can ball more through fireballs.
See, there would not be an Oki what? He was preemptively looking for that EX Revenge, or maybe even the activation from the medium punch bullhead.
I think
nice.
he might need to swap to V
Gets
skill
the flames.
Bullhead here. Oh, with the
one
commander.
more.
This is gonna be
I want
so
to see
much
another.
damage. Look
Yeah,
at the
he's
damage.
dead.
Oh,
Look
that's
at the damage.
dead.
He's dead.
He did the light one. No, because he did the light one. If he done the
That
heavy
is
one, she
so
would have died.
cheap. Look at the damage.
I don't know.
Let's be. We have Luke in this game. Let's not talk about the damage.
No, can I keep telling you, you keep saying Birdie, like, he's irrelevant, he doesn't need to be picked, and it's like, well, Birdie players keep winning, so it doesn't help your case, man.
About this, Veggey.
It don't help your case.
We're gonna have to talk about this, my man.
All right, low forward into the Soul Spark to get those plus frames. Stay
An
safe.
awkward silence in the chat, felt by all the thousands of viewers at home. Hey, I'm the one who was picking this stuff, so I'm definitely not trying to downplay or keep him away from the screen. Like great anti here from Pochoclo, though. Great damage too. Yeah, this is what he needs.
Set up shop. He's gonna go behind him in a minute.
Like, Pochoclo's gonna need to pull up a I win card really soon from that card.
Yeah, he goes behind him, gets
Great
his
block.
throw.
Was
Watch
that a
out.
close up or not? Oh, nice. Expecting maybe there would be an EX horn there. Activation. Take one.
He can chip him. He can chip him. Just do 2 great damage and then get the sequence. Oh no, he's got V reversal. He's got V reversal. No, he can't do it.
Oh, try to. What is
All
that
right.
block now?
Oh, there you go.
No,
Now
you should not have done that. You're dead.
Chip
Now
him.
it's
Oh no! And it drops the punish. Oh, it's gonna.
Wow. Dude, how did you give that away?
Oh my god, that was so good because he was minus a lot. Younghou wanted to walk in to make sure that he was not out of range to get the block. He didn't care about the hit at that point. He just wanted him to be in range. So Pochoclo reversal crouch medium kick to counter that. Like, I want to make sure this kills. Is it out of range? I don't care about the hit.
Dude, you could feel the thirst to end that round all the way across.
Ooh, great usage of the medium kick.
Sound fierce.
But still, though, Younghou is an See, the whiff punch is not too strong, maybe. You need something else? That heavy punch, maybe? Okay, gets to set up something.
All right. Nice punish from the card. You can't use those arbitrarily. You've got to do another tactic. I think Pochoclo's going to have to go to V-Skill 2 after this if it doesn't work out. V-Skill 2, V-Trigger 1 looks like a good combination against Birdie. Good block.
What a block! What a block! I would never have blocked that.
Yeah, you would have.
I'm not sure, Jammerz. Again.
Oh, good. Yeah, that was sick.
That was such a great answer. Oh my, that's what we like. Oh no, don't get command throw now. Okay, nice.
What an answer. That was brilliant. Get the check.
That was it looked like the same situation as earlier, but Pochoclo was already baiting it, doing the airy expirable into the V-trigger teleport as an answer. What an answer.
No, do you know what I
this
think?
Is adaptation.
So I think he was going to teleport anyway, but because of how fast EX Ballhead travels, it sent the teleport nearer to where Birdie was going. So it just happened to work out, but he had the right idea. With the bait, because that situation happened before, that was gourmet. And he had to, listen, if you're going to do plays like that in a match, you have to win the match, and he did. Yeah, you can't do something like that and then lose afterwards.
Yeah. He puts out this little punish, but he wants to buff up, but I don't, as you said, I'm not really sure about the buff ups. Yeah. Very nice. Okay, finds the range now for the Pierce. Be careful though. What a preemptive. Almost.
Well, that sweep's faster now. It's 1 frame faster, and it's one of the better 9-frame sweeps in the game. It was 10 frames before, but it's 9 frames. It's one of the better 9-frame sweeps in the game.
You get double dash after the spiral, right? That's why it's, the Oak is actually
off the heavy Soul Spiral.
Oh, the delay. Younghou ready to take the throw. Oh, so afraid of the command throw, but that puts you in the corner. You should have just taken it. One more guess. Oh, again! It's working out.
Oh,
no way!
Wow.
No,
He puts him back in the corner.
No.
You might lose. You actually might lose.
You have to guess. Okay, takes the throw. It's so scary right now. He found the hit. He found the hit. Jammerz is just going in.
Wow. I love it.
He said, stop it. Stop it.
I'm telling you. So listen, legit, Birdie has some of the most ignorant defensive options in the game. And you have to respect it sometimes.
Veggey 10 was a good punish. Yeah, that was great.
Block, get the punish. Yeah,
Nice
heavy
punish
Soul
there.
Spiral. And he goes for a card. Good response. That was a punish. That might have been a punish.
He's like, let me get
That was guaranteed a punish.
Here comes the setup.
So now, okay.
Dirty.
Wow.
That
was
absolutely filthy, and you're not dead yet.
But you are not too far away from it, and does the dash of fake Oki again in your home response with a tech. I'm sure you can stand like kick that dash.
No, but here's the thing. Because Rose has I think it's 18 or 19 frame dash, but she doesn't dash that often. You throw that in there with the stand medium kick buff. I think that's very good. I actually think what Pochoclo's doing with the dash up stand medium kick is very good.
Oh, gonna find it. No, he could have found the punish, I think, with just the spiral there. But okay, here we go, starting up. It's the V-shift.
Birdie was so big he got caught all up, like almost.
Well, that's a punish. And gets the Oki too. Is he gonna take it or run? Oh, he takes it.
Pochoclo needs this game. He needs his V-trigger and he needs to sweep activate. I wouldn't do the sweep just yet, though.
Not ready for the... That was so filthy.
Stay there. Yeah, stay there.
Oh, that's a... No punish. Block that. And he goes for a jump in. I'm not sure why. He seems to be a little bit stressed. Okay, finds the activation now. What's he gonna do? He was already decided to throw the fireball.
Oh, yeah, and you're zero after that now, aren't you, Veggey? When you do dash up after EX Ball Revenger.
So if you don't have 3 you can't force. Oh, that could have been
no
punished.
idea.
Manages to jump out. Still has something. No confirmed.
Still makes
Punish
a
much? Punish much? Oh, this is a great spot for Younghou. He just needs to. Oh, that was the worst punish for the round. Oh my god. Invaded.
Wow.
No way. Oh! How is he coming back all the time? These great spots for Birdie. And he keeps finding these hits with these daring heavies with tons of recovery.
Legit, like
what
and what a time to bring out instant jump light kick there to catch him. The thing is,
no better time.
Like Veggey, you know as well as I do, like Pochoclo's getting those hits. It's not confirming in high pressure situations. Stand fierce confirm into heavy soul spiral, low forward into medium soul spiral. These are big confirms that could have ended the game earlier. So he's putting himself in these these dangerous situations.
And I feel like often he's already committed to his next option instead of like reacting to the answer the opponent gave. So I feel a few times Younghou has come away with things like dodge things where he could have been punished earlier.
All right, backs away. He's still sticking. Well, again, it's 5-3 right now.
The change didn't reach.
Yeah, it doesn't go full screen, thank God.
seems like Younghou has downloaded like how to block this.
Anti-air, right, block this with
what an
V-shift.
anti-air.
He didn't block it.
Oh my god.
He didn't block it.
Was that cheese?
It's
Free damage!
Free damage.
Free damage, baby!
I mean, he could V-shift or delay rise. Say it. I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Yeah, and I mean, I could also say things that could have been done from the other side. It doesn't always happen, my bro.
Yeah, but because he wants to win the round, and that's why this V-Trigger 1 is going to work. And I'm telling you what, her V-Trigger 1's a knowledge check. Her V-Trigger 1 is a knowledge check. If you don't know...
Yeah, for sure it is, for sure.
And when you read the guide how to block it, it's like, well I don't know how you're supposed to block it. I'm just a role player.
V-Trigger 1 for dummies.
Oh, what a tech. Great tech from Pochoclo. Activates. I like the activation. Gets to get out for free.
Oh, gee.
Chases it down like that. I like it. Needs to get the opening. And finds another hit, but no conversion. What happened there, Jammerz?
He done it too late.
Still with the freezes.
Chase down.
There you go. Yeah, I feel Pochoclo is a bit too preemptive sometimes. Oh, nice tech. No, definitely looking for that.
Look at that stand
V-shift.
Dude, he is throwing out that stand fish with malicious intent, and he swats her out of that dress. It's flat. Take it back to the shop. It's all creased now.
I think Pochoclo might even have felt he was out of range here trying to press, but the added walk speed made it so that Younghou managed to walk into the actual range. Oh, unfortunate. Now he's trying to confirm, but it's unblocked this time.
Oh, you might lose with a dolphin dive. No.
Oh, nice get to yeah, there you go.
But he's not dead.
Oh, he drops the combo. It doesn't matter, baby.
Wake up Soul Spiral.
Free damage.
Wow. I would, even if I lost to Wake Up Soul Spiral and it got thrown, I would have done it anyway.
Yeah, because then if they didn't, right, if they did not do it, then you would have been out. It's
well,
like,
I mean,
I'm committed to taking the throw. You feel like, okay, I'm committed to taking the throw, but I'm just going to do this EX move because if they don't throw, I still have a chance. So if you are committed to taking a throw and you have an invisible reversal that loses the throw, you might as well do it if you die, because if they somehow happen to do something else, you're still alive.
Listen, it can be incredibly difficult to get out of the corner against Birdie. As Rose, especially 4th frame, you know, not a throw invincible move. You can V-shift, but even that might put you in a perilous situation. There's a couple of things to work around, but again, 6-3 to Younghou right now. I'm still not 100% convinced that Birdie gets destroyed by Rose. I'm still not convinced. And even if, like, the scoreline shouldn't tell you everything, but I'm just looking at how matches pan out with Birdie versus Rose, and I
feel like Pochoclo is getting that momentum right now. Like I think he's controlling the match.
He's
really
going
nicely.
a bit more right now, though. Oh, Vice Effect, that was such a 50-50.
Reversal.
Nice.
Oh, you're really getting out?
Risk.
Okay, but he doesn't do it again. Yes, he does. Keeps himself blocked, though. Did it too late. Oh, Younghou just looking for any hit now soon. Now, anything will do it. I think if he builds super, which he might, he will now.
Yeah, next hit's dead. Next hit's dead.
Yeah, so you need to just try to outspace that Fierce or something, or you might die.
Do you know I haven't seen in a while? Oh no, he's gonna get hit. One
Damage,
more will do
baby.
it.
Wake up super.
Wow, he jumped back and done that.
That's was that not punishable or block? Hey! There we go. And I mean, he goes to the super, but you could have killed with the EX chain, but that's such a birdie thing to do because we're so used to trying to land that super for the kill.
What did I say before? What did I say before? I said once stand fierce, so you realize his stand fierce ain't gonna work, he's gonna do low forward, and low forward's gonna get clipped.
Yeah, you can definitely would punish that, yeah.
Hey, shouts to Flaquito in the chat. Thanks for stopping by. Look, even Flaquito says, I think Pochoclo might need V-Skill 2 in this matchup. I think this is a V-Skill 2 V-Trigger 1 layout for Birdie. Oh, sorry, for Rose against Birdie. All right, there you go. Put him in the corner.
Ooh, nicely dodged by the crouching medium kick.
Well, when you're crouching, you avoid that move entirely, the full HK, so crouching attacks are your best answer.
Oh, he's not ready to check the
Nice answer.
Behind.
Caught
the
reads.
Yeah, he's noticed that Pochoclo is really a fan of just backdashing when he's seemingly out of danger.
Good block, and it was too ambiguous. Similar to Chun-Li's cross-up jump medium kick, stay in front of the corner. Similar to Ibuki's jump medium kick, cross-up in the corner, stays in front. Rose has it as well.
Yeah, also very similar to Rashid V-Skill 2 shenanigans.
Oh,
especially
Rashid's
in the
just
fucked up V-Trigger 2 in the V-Trigger 2 step.
Rashid's just, we don't want him here.
Feeling himself right now, Pochoclo.
I mean, it's 6-3.
No punish again.
Is that fair?
I feel like he could have shut down. Wow. It's not even look. Yeah.
you know what?
I feel like he could shut down that move a bit more.
Let me wait till this round's finished to see. I'm going to say something that I've seen Pochoclo try to do. He's kind of been like 50-50 on it.
No whiff punish there.
Go forward, no cool.
He has to block again. It's gonna be nice conversion. Was that safe? Is he gonna take the command throw? He doesn't. Oh, he doesn't die because he had to delay that cancel if he wanted the super.
Oh, look at the popped up movement speed. He's
Oh no!
Don't do that!
Right
Oh
no!
my!
He missed the confirm again, but he does the dash up, Hail Mary into the no throw and super, but he had the confirm. He just didn't believe. Already decided I'm gonna dash forward, airborne move, cancel.
I think I've got the Pochoclo special. Stand fierce on hit or block, no cancel. Dash up, stand medium kick, soul spiral, CA, and it will work. I might call that Pochoclo special.
Hey, if it works.
Right. Now,
I would say that Younghou has more tournament experience probably, though.
Yeah.
So he's probably way more cool than Pochoclo is. Pochoclo looks like he's more stressed.
One thing I've noticed Pochoclo doing against Birdie Stand Fierce, he's trying to whip punish it with back hard kick and put himself in a good position. I think he should change that whip punish to medium or light soul spiral and get the knockdown instead. Instead of putting himself right in the face of Birdie, I get that's a good position. I think he should get the knockdown instead and change his game plan from there. That's just me personally.
Yep. But I think you could just do the roll stand fierce as the counter. I'm pretty sure that's going to be consistent.
And then get the counter to soul spiral. But I'm just going off of what Pochoclo's doing here.
Oh, see, he preempted. He listened to you, Jammerz. Now he wasted his V trigger.
Yeah, man. He's still alive, isn't he?
Okay. I think Younghou is still in not too bad of a spot. He just needs to navigate this once. Okay, no, he can't do. No, you.
What? He's gonna get that
I told you he's gonna V-shift.
But it's not ready. It's not ready again.
So much damage.
No, he went. The read. I love the read though. The read. I don't think that was a bad read, but Pochoclo, who kind of had this round, but then almost gave it away by jumping in and holding up on the mix-up, managed to find himself in.
Do you know what he's using? I tell you what. I promise you, when I say this, I do think that Rose has one of the best wake-up games in Street Fighter 5. Because you want to throw because you want to throw it all the time. You want to throw it all the time.
Oh, yeah,
so
like that.
you don't know if she's gonna backdash. You don't know if she's gonna do the air fireball. You don't know if she's gonna V-shift. I don't know, man.
Nice. Did you see that counter though, Jammerz? That was sick.
That was clean. That was clean. I mean, some people might think I'm capping if you want to talk American, but I'm saying the options revolving around her.
Oh no, 3 damage is on the menu again, and Pochoclo is closing in on the score. 6-5 for Younghou.
Rose wins.
Damn, okay. All right, he's slowly...
I mean, we're picking up speed, we're picking up momentum, we're evening the score here. It's looking really nice right now.
Yeah, he's definitely reducing the deficit. I mean, Olvaha, what do you think, like, changed? What was the key change from Pochoclo's gameplay right now? Is he just being clutch? Is he just...
I feel like he's being clutch. Obviously, he picked a different loadout, but I don't think the V-Skill 1 is, like, putting the work, which is, like, making the, the big change here. I feel like the V-Trigger 2 is obviously one of the big keys here.
Yeah, the big changes, yeah.
Yeah, I think the big changes are the V-Trigger 1 and also a lot less whiffed stand fierces. So there are less openings for Younghou. But it doesn't seem like Pochoclo has found the answer. There you have one.
That was godlike.
Oh, again.
Nice sweep activate.
Oh, how are you going to block this? No, my God, that was such a good block.
He did block it.
Yeah, he did.
Oh, spiral. I told you, you don't know what she's going to do.
Okay, this round is good right now for... He can neutral jump, yeah, for that great reframe, but he's so afraid of the... Doesn't matter. Yeah, he definitely lights out at that point.
Okay. Again, like, he's managed to hold on to this lead, but again, full credit to Pochoclo. He's just reduced this deficit in various different ways. And Younghou hasn't really changed up his strategy. I mean, not that Birdie really can. It's just that I've got to be more patient or I've got to be more aggressive. Which one is it?
Nice. And quick price to the button again. Like, you can avoid the whole mix-up by just back pricing there.
Here it comes again.
Now, though.
I feel like Pochoclo has been so good at avoiding these, like, Oki situations from Younghou.
Oh, he misses the conversion. But this is very tough for Pochoclo to get out of.
Oh, when you say that,
but I don't. Yeah, but there's too much life to work with
right
now.
Oh, if he held that a little bit longer, he could have built a little bit more life. But let's see, one anti will do it, one jab will do it.
Oh wow, nice conversion though. Another throw. Okay, an anti-air there. Nice view reversal. Oh, this is too close. Nice punish.
He banked on it. He banked on it.
Okay.
Kept it nice and tight and solid there.
So good stuff there to Younghou, managing to maintain that lead. I think probably what he should do, depending on the situation, because he did have, I think, 1 bar, 2 bars at the time. If Rose activates V-Trigger, 1, and it goes back to neutral, she's looking for that opportunity. Try and surprise her. Try and surprise her. Because remember, she's looking to surprise you. Not if you take the fight to her.
Yeah, and I feel like in the first round, in that last game, he actually did some surprising wake-up actions to counter the V-Trigger one, as you're saying. Like wake-up Bullhorn, delay wake-up EX Bullhorn. Okay, nice anti-air from Pochoclo.
I feel like Birdie's jump is so floaty that like that anti-air is extra easy to get on.
Yeah, it's guaranteed. It's definitely, it's definitely guaranteed. Woo!
Nice delay. The round is done. Medium chain.
Nice. Yep, throw bait leading to the stun, ending that combo with hanging chain, and he has CA to work with this round. So if you wanted to go for an early CA, I wouldn't blame him.
You sound like a storyteller.
I mean, that's what commentators are, essentially. You got to tell a story. I got to tell you the story of how Birdie is still good.
Oh no!
Oh, what was that? I take everything I said back.
Oh, that was just bait. That miss was just bait. Such a great opportunity for Pochoclo. He wasted the bar and he's closing in on stun right now. He has the X. Okay, he's gonna let him go.
He's falling apart, mate.
Again, he finds the standing. Fierce.
He's falling apart, mate.
Yeah, Younghou just wants to activate and he knows. Now though,
that was sick.
Beautiful work.
All right,
be careful.
The reversal, yeah, get out of there. Watch out for the wake-up option. Get away.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh no, but it doesn't really lead to anything big, and this dash by surprise, take this throw. Oh, and he tries it again.
Okay, here's the thing. So Veggey, you say the regular F5 doesn't lead to anything, but here's what it sets up. It's when you have 1 bar and you do that, because you don't know what damage you're going to get. And Rose actually gets a combo off of the EX F5 now. If you do it as a Tiger Knee, I think it is.
I feel like the delayed air fireball was a good option, but it was gonna be more. It was gonna be better if it would have ended the round because it didn't lead.
To get out. Sorry, yeah, that was a great escape. No whip punish on the sweep though. There we have it again.
He was looking for that whip.
He seems more comfortable because Stan Roundhouse is, I think, 2 frames faster than Stan Fierce. I could be wrong,
but it has less range. So.
No, but it's still a good whip punish tool, and it does more damage than Stan Fierce.
Oh, this round is so good right now for Younghou. At least you get to have to block. Resources its own as well.
Back throw.
That was a good read from Pochoclo. Just did too late.
I would have V-reversal that.
Reversal to the corner. Great stuff.
And the crouch jab. That is one of the best round finishing moves in the game for sure.
Yeah, so Stand Fierce is 14 frames by Rose, Stand Hard Kick is 12 frames. Yeah, and they're both special cancelable. Stand Hard Kick does a little bit more damage. But yeah, that last interaction there, as Pochoclo, I would have V-reversal the X Bullhorn to give myself a little bit of space.
Yeah, space.
And then kind of just work around with the great damage there. Obviously, if I threw a fireball, Bullhorn would have come out in that situation. But I think sometimes V-reversaling moves that are relatively safe for the opponent to throw them out, or just like create these awkward situations, just give them something to think about with the great damage, right? That's just me personally. And you're on your last legs anyway. Oh, you see, he's trying. He is trying.
Yeah, and I think I would want to see Stan Fierce attempt best to do. I'm pretty sure it's a lot easier to land in the game.
Nice jump roundhouse. Rose got good jump buttons, you know. Rose has got very good jump buttons.
Nice punish on the
like also danger air approach with the air
he went
fireball.
optimal.
So she definitely has some tricks in the.
Oh yeah, she got tricks in the scarf. Don't worry. that Gucci scarf don't come cheap. There's got to be a bag of tricks in there.
What a daring move. Baited!
Yeah, no, it's sending it the other way.
That wasn't as OD as I thought anyway.
It was really OD, you just pressed too early on the air, and now you're so close to dead.
OD until it dropped.
And wow, I love that daring Stan Fierce. Younghou had the decision to walk up for pressure or walk out for whip punish. He chose walk up, and Pochoclo recognized and just pressed that Fierce. Yeah, that doesn't look very consistent to me as a whip punish.
It's a timing thing. That's all it is. It's a timing thing.
Younghou! That's what Birdie says when he's sliding. Listen to it next time. Younghou!
Punish. Yeah. Keeping it clean. Gonna activate the V-Trigger 1 here, and he's gonna avoid it. I like that evasion there on the mix-up using the bullhorn.
Yeah, he doesn't lose anything, even if he goes the other way.
Nope. And there you go. And here's the thing. So
adaptation.
In that situation, he's not necessarily avoiding it. He's trying to react to the fireball, but Pochoclo wants the mix-up. So therefore, when you're doing that, it's a win-win for you.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Super away from killing right now.
The Pochoclo special's coming. The Pochoclo special's coming, I'm telling you.
The dash
not yet.
Oh, no. He could have killed with EX bar there, EX activation. Another V-Trigger. Don't lose sight. No.
You dead after this mix-up? Ah, no, what? He walked into his dude.
Was like,
do you know what's crazy? Because that is such a prevalent mix-up in the corner, because you really don't know what side Rose is coming on. And she does get that extra cross-up with the jump media kick after the first cross-up you're dealing with. So you're definitely just walking into believing this, like, so where am I supposed to block? And he was already in V-Trigger already. So even if he tried to do like a bullhorn, it probably would have sent it the wrong way.
Yeah, maybe.
With this layout?
Yeah.
Oh, great whiff punish. With this layout, they're actually a lot closer than the regular score. It's 5-4 with this layout. I do think that is the better layout that he has chosen so far.
Well, look, Olvaha said it before. The cards haven't really been helping. It's the trigger that changed it.
But I also feel like I want to say Jammerz as well. Like, I feel like Pochoclo was looking for those, setting up those satellites. I don't know if he changed his like general play strategy better. Like now he's not thinking about the satellite.
I don't know. No, when he finds the hit like that,
he needs damage now.
Unfortunate. Oh, not ready. That was so unfortunate, but it's to make it safe. It only has 1 free damage available right now.
Oh, it is. Watch out for the mix-up. Anti-air, he got one more chance. He got one more chance.
No, it's
unreal.
Do you know what's crazy? He could have V-shifted, and he still would have been fine. He still would have been fine. He had super. He still has super. Oh, man.
You don't want to lose it.
That's cap.
What, you think he would have been fine despite having super?
Still wanted to escape from these situations. No whiff punish, that was big. That could have been huge for Younghou. Was probably a little bit annoyed from that last round ending. He needs to assemble himself right now. Great stand fierce.
Rose is having her time to shine. She's been kind of like butt cheeks ever since she came out. Rose is a fun character, don't get me wrong. I love playing this character, and I like watching other people play this character, especially the specialists.
Yeah, she's one of the most fun characters.
Oh, no.
Oh, makes it safe.
But he will get another one, most likely, especially with those cards. I think that's a big thing with a card, to get the V-Trigger a little bit earlier and maybe a couple of times.
Oh, yeah, the V-meter you build up, that's insane. Got him.
There you go. Nice.
Right. I probably would go for a throw because the Soul Spiral's there, but I don't think he's going to do that. Yeah, he wouldn't do that.
Great conversion to get it now. He's almost built that. He's building it now. That's why he wants to have it. There is V-shift, as you said. Great block. No conversion.
Oh no.
Another one. Oh
One
my
more
god.
teleport.
What's it gonna be?
One more teleport.
What are you gonna do? And he's waiting the bullhorns and the V-shifts. He's like waiting for it. He's making him comfortable. Oh, and there he comes! Wow!
Well, that was spicy. Like you said, Veggey, free damage.
Listen, the good old nursery rhyme. Skedaddle, skedoodle, I control neutral with a teleport. That's it. That's it, man. You don't know when it's going to come. You don't know it's going to be above. You don't know if it's going to be behind you. She's littering the screen with projectiles. It's beautiful to see, at least for me. What about you guys?
The orb especially is like super cheap because you're waiting for the orb to detonate and you're trying to react to the teleport at the same time. Which side is it gonna be?
Listen, you say it's cheap, I say it's fair game. Let's stop with these FGC terms. Let's just say if something's fair or unfair. That was fair gaming. And you get the conversion as well. He could have, but he set up shop instead. I like it.
Right now, though, it's not looking too easy for Younghou to get anything going. It's like Pochoclo's really comfortable. I wonder. Oh wow, the auto punish on the stab medium punch.
Dead.
Just. Oh
wow. Oh, that conversion was OD. Oh, that interrupted the card. Just please.
Okay, he's activated. Oh yeah, he's running away though. Yeah, he can get out of the corner.
Wow. What was that? He just did stand fist in his face.
That's the no mix-up Jammerz.
I'm telling you.
I I feel like Pochoclo is getting so much steam right now in the engine that he might be able to.
All right, that's -5. He's going to take his turn back.
Invader.
Whoa.
Invade it. Invade it.
Well, I think she says impale, not invade.
Yeah, but in my head, it's going to be invader.
Well, it's definitely invading in your space. There you go. Soul Punish again.
For sure with the B-trigger 1.
Still wants to go for the throws. He's too afraid of the run away. Pochoclo seems to be kind of antsy with jumping out.
But watching Ryu's.
Okay, go back
big
to the
stuff.
neutral. He's at a life
That's
deficit
another
here.
one.
I like that double smart.
Nice, finally. Coming for you, but no Oki on the fast chain. Oh, great block from Younghou. This round could still be yours.
-5 again.
Far to get out.
Oh!
Nice.
No. There's no trigger here, so he's alright. There's no trigger, so he's got a little bit of time. He's still got a chance to guess on the activation. Oh no, he got stopped!
Progress, but there he finds the stab medium punch. Pochoclo's like a frame away or something from getting that active frame, so would have definitely countered that. Younghou, too ready.
There's been so many clutch moments so
far. He's really found the spacing on that standing fierce. There's a lot less whiffing going on.
Well, I personally think if the neutral game plan traditional Street Fighter doesn't work, he's still got V-Trigger 1 come back to rely on. And that's what's been helping him out ever since he changed the V-Triggers. Gets slumped by the stand fierce again. And that is an evil button.
Oh,
once again to the EX.
That's punish.
He needs to look forward. He needs to look forward. A grab.
Frames.
Here he comes.
No. Okay, good blocking. Good block. Oh, no punish on the whiff.
Oh, now he's starting to throw out that stand hard punch with Modus Intent. I'm seeing it. You guys love your stand fists in this game, don't you?
I'm not really sure we love it. And there
and that's it. Young's gonna take the game. There you go.
There it is.
There you go.
One game away. Yeah.
Well, I mean, like, Veggey, your energy is kind of like, it's going, it's going, like, you know, like, when Bernie was winning, you were like, and then when he's losing, he's like, which side? And it's like, trust me, if you guys see Veggey's face in the back, I've seen all 60 different facial expressions when he's been getting hit by that V-trick.
Stages of getting
I feel like I'm getting hit when Younghou is getting hit.
I think we all get hit when Younghou gets hit.
Sure, I feel it behind the monitor.
Oh, nice. Finds the spacing on the bullhorn. Activate.
Oh, nice teleport.
Big damage. Yeah,
this is in the bag.
And now there's like a good mix, right? Yeah, just in case there's a V-shift, just doesn't go to use it yet.
Oh, he wanted he wanted the anti-air. He didn't. I don't think he wanted the crouch fierce first, but he's going to put himself in a good spot here.
But he's running away again, giving those cans.
So good using the roundhouse to go over the can.
One button into super. Strategy. He just needs one button into super. That's all you should think about. Do not think about anything else.
No, there we have it. There's a good punish. That was great.
My God.
Probably remember the EX bullhorn.
Oh, he tried.
No,
great stuff.
He tried to steal a couple of frames, and the fact that Pochoclo was, he probably wasn't looking for the dash. He wanted to confirm into Soul Spiral anyway.
Nice.
Woo! Good round start. Good round start.
Gonna get the Oki afterwards.
Gonna grab him.
Command throw?
Yeah.
There we go.
There you go. He didn't do it before.
He's feeling this round. Yeah, there. And then we have those trades. So Rose doesn't have a 3-frame them, I guess.
Yeah,
he's using his head.
Watch out. He's gonna do it again.
Oh my God. Good stuff right now for Pochoclo. One more and he's gonna get the game for it. Oh, nice patience from Younghou. Oh, no,
oh, that's so cheap.
Big damage.
From you.
And do you know what? Do you know what? Something that hasn't been spoken about yet? I'll explain it in a minute. Let's wait for this round to finish.
Uh-oh.
Hold
on.
No
Can he get this round? That's it. He stand fisted his way into set point. Let's see if Younghou can take it 10-7 or Pochoclo give us the luxury of one more game.
Oh my God, what a roller coaster.
You did that, Jammerz. That sweep instead.
Well, I mean, listen, if he wants to share the tech now and make sure we get more games, I'm down.
Yeah, he probably just remembered. He's finding the spacing so well on the stand fierce, and he recognized that he wanted to walk back to punish the next stand fierce, and as he did that, he spiraled. What a round from Pochoclo.
Oh, by the Gucci scarf in me, I will end the round. No.
No punish. Just take this. Oh, you are a daring person, Pochoclo.
What on earth was that? Hey, listen, hang on.
Man.
Hold the phone.
Not even flex tape is gonna fix that.
Listen, hold the phone. Are you telling me you're saying Birdie's a bad character? Why did listen? If Birdie didn't live after that combo, I probably would have sealed the deal and said, right, Birdie needs some buffs. Birdie didn't die, so I think Birdie's alright. Anyway, now one thing I wanted to mention before was when Pochoclo's going for the teleport mix-ups, he's using Crouch Fierce because that forces you to stand, which therefore gives the target combo into Soul Bind. So he's really making this optimal in situations that he can. But again, it's 9-8 right now. Youngho's still on the potentially last game.
Youngho is a bit annoyed using that slide a lot right now. Oh, he gets countered. Probably beating. No, again, that was the EX horn 100%. Just that, you know, sometimes you drop the EX when you use a hold.
Good, he's out.
He's away again.
Yeah, he's out, he's fine. Don't worry, he's fine. He'll spend that bar because he's still got a V-trigger in the tank. Good jab.
He's out of there.
He's out, yeah, he's out. Just get out. That's punishable.
Oh, that's a punish.
Yeah,
no, you could definitely stand fierce that.
No, because, wait, isn't that -9, Veggey?
Oh yeah, stand,
so
that's
alright,
true.
and
Yeah.
her new sweep is 9 frame start, so that was legit.
Yeah.
That was legit.
That was actually good.
Come on, Veggey, keep up.
Pochoclo is different.
No,
Nice.
oh, he's feeling it right now. Oh, that was a great confirm.
Definitely.
What's it gonna be?
No.
What a backdash.
Don't jump, please do not jump. Whatever you do, stay on the ground. Gets grabbed.
Finds the camp, but it doesn't really make that much of a difference at this point. Okay, nice spacing on the back heavy kick from Pochoclo. Really finding it.
Do you know what? Youngho is actually mad scared right now.
Yeah.
I can tell during his gameplay.
He's not holding horn, so he doesn't get the OP.
It's coming.
Finds another EX Revenger. No way. The way he looks like it.
Nice.
Upstand. Buffed up jumping.
Stop dashing forward into Fierce. Is he going to win the round? The X. Should have spent the X.
Chain would have killed. Chain would have killed. Oh, nice. Shimmy.
All right.
But
greedy, but it worked.
You're too late to run off to Mumbai.
Well, it might be. Who knows? But it's potentially last round again. Deja vu for Youngho. Can he do that? I mean, he's let Pochoclo live for a little while now. He shouldn't do that another game.
Oh my goodness.
He's got super. Do you know what? When you get super, I suggest you spend it.
Yeah, he's in a great spot, Youngho.
Watch out for
Find the whip
There you
punish.
go.
Yes.
He needs
Go
this.
for the opening afterwards. Yeah, he definitely.
Do you know, I do my meat if
he makes the right read,
do roundhouse, do roundhouse.
Oh, okay. This is looking really nice for Youngho right now.
Yeah, he might actually come away with it.
No, that damage debuff
wasn't
is good.
feisty,
No,
cancel.
because the situation right now, that damage debuff is something he probably needs, but it's not going to last as long as he wants it to. He needs to change the card. He needs to change the card.
The card's up to his future.
He's not going to change the card. He's going to use it. That's punishable.
Wow, that was punishable, but
are up
no
in the air.
punish. Youngho was not believing it.
Come on,
Punish, let's
Grab.
go.
Come on, Grab.
Another one. No, tries to jump in. This is so tense.
Okay, set up warp here. Okay, getting up a card here.
Are we gonna see the hey? Are we gonna
No,
see the
because
hey?
don't opt for the call.
Yeah.
The reversal.
Is he gonna challenge that? Okay, use his stand fierce.
So finds
The cards
another
are
one.
up on the arrow.
That was a minus on dash.
He tried it. All right, and that takes it. Killing Head Command Grab will seal the deal in that situation, and that makes it a 10-8 set. Ladies and gentlemen, Youngho is your winner. Birdie is still a good character. As far as I'm concerned,
That's cap.
as far as I'm concerned,
That's
Veggey,
cap.
Veggey knows I'm taking the mick out of him because I want to every time Birdie I see him on the screen. But yeah, do you know what? Exhilarating set. I enjoyed that. A couple of scary moments for both the players. But it can be tense for anyone in those situations. But you know what? I learned a lot more about that matchup regarding Birdie versus Rose. But what we are going to do is going to take a quick break because I want to get these guys back in the voice chat as soon as we possibly can because we need to delve a little bit more into the matchup and the mindset behind these two and also talk to them about some further stuff regarding Street Fighter 5. So ladies and gentlemen, hold on to your seats, stick around. Let's talk to them a little bit. Just give it 5 minutes. We'll be back with you shortly.
I'm downright famished.
All right, you ready?
Street Fighter 6.
If I go too far, please forgive me.
My name is Seth. Bow down for my cycle.
It's time for trap.
Show me everything. Download.
This will do.
See what I'm really made of. I'll settle this. It's the end! Let's go! The finale! You can't escape!
PlayStation.
All right, everybody, and welcome back to tonight's episode of Sets featuring our Chilean first to 10 between Younghou and Pochoclo. If you are just joining us, the first to 10 has concluded. Obviously, the winner is Younghou. I saw a lot of people say GG's in the chat. If you didn't say it, GG's anyway. I enjoyed it. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed it at home. It was 10-8, the final score. But now we got our guys in the voice chat once again, so we can discuss what transpired during that set and kind of delve into the mind and ask further questions, of course. So, Younghou, Pochoclo, can you guys hear me loud and clear once again?
Yeah, loud and clear.
Perfect. Younghou, congratulations on winning that. You had a big lead first, and then it got quickly reduced to something very close. I mean, to commentators and spectators, the closer the set, the better, because we're just at the edge of our seats having a good time. I think for you, that's probably nerve-wracking, very scary. So I gotta ask you, what is your kind of mindset when you go up against Rose? Is Rose a common character in your region, Younghou?
Not really. Actually, I think Pochoclo always pick characters who are very rare. So in order to be prepared against Pochoclo, I have to play Pochoclo.
Okay,
there's no other way around.
Yeah, that makes
because he played Menat, and now Rose. He also has a decent Judy, so he always pick strange technical characters.
Okay.
So my mindset, you asked me about my mindset in the matchup.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
It was do the best I could, I guess.
But by doing that, you won the set. It was close, but you still won it because, again, partially in certain aspects, me and Veggey spoke about this a while ago, there are certain aspects of the Rose matchup that Birdie seems to have a pretty decent time dealing with. Like, you were whiff punishing some Rose stand fierces pretty well at the start. You were checking with a crouching jab, use Bullhorn to go through projectiles at times and avoid certain situations. So I feel Birdie has the answers. Maybe in like, maybe in the long run.
I disagree.
You disagree? All right. Feel free to disagree. Talk to me. Talk to me.
I disagree because you have to play in two different spaces. You have to play first at the max range of Rose standing first, so you can with punish. Same with the spiral, because Birdie can't punish a spiral without super, without critical art. So you have to play in this range. Then the fireball become a problem because you can't Bullhorn in that distance. So you have to recognize if the Rose player is playing around the firewalls or he is playing around the spiral and standing first.
Okay.
So it's I think Rose wins the matchup slightly.
Okay.
Rose.
Pochoclo, do you agree with that? Rose winning slightly? It looked like you were having fun. You definitely got the tools to mess around with.
I'm disagreed. This Rose favor, I think, is even matchup now, because the last year it was in
Birdie's favor.
Yeah, because standing fierce and forward medium kick was -6 on block, and once Birdie has critical art, you literally can play
the
neutral.
Game.
Now, you can use spiral, standing fierce, and 4MK. And now, I do believe it's a pretty tough matchup for both. There's, as Younghou said, there's some specifically spots where you have to play and be care about. For example, is Birdie using crouching
jab?
Roundhouse? No, crouching roundhouse in order to stop Rose mobility, or is Birdie using standing fierce in order to check the fireballs and standing fierce? Where is he playing? Is he in a spot that you can throw fireballs, or are you gonna be punished by Bullhorn, for example? And I think it's a pretty fun match, but once Birdie has B-Trigger 1, it becomes a really tough matchup for Rose, because armor is annoying for her.
Okay.
But I do believe it's an even matchup.
Okay, cool. So we got two different spectrums or two different perspectives on the matchup. Olvaha, you want to ask a question? Saw your hand.
Yeah, I wanted to ask Pochoclo, especially. We saw you first try the V-Trigger 2, and with like mixed success there, and you changed to V-Trigger 2, V-Trigger 1. Obviously, things changed after that. Do you think V-Trigger 1 is like the go-to for this matchup, or was it just something that you preferred in that certain situation?
I think it will depend on the situation. For example, my basic strategy against Birdie is using V-Trigger 2 as a tool to force the reversal in order to keep V-Trigger 1 way
so
out
to stop
of the match.
Stop getting it.
But against Younghou it's hard to do that strategy, because his neutral is extremely good. For me, he's one of the best footsie game based players in the region, and in order to that, and because most of the game was based on neutral, I had to I went for V-Trigger 1 and try to use it as a tool to force some mistake in order to try to avoid the fireball. For example, throw the fireball without the teleport, and see if he jumps. How is he reacting? If he jumps, I go for the anti-aerial mix, and if he didn't jump or keep the guard, I go for the mix in the floor.
Okay, no, that's interesting. Now, obviously, we spoke to you about V-Trigger 1 or the V-Trigger swap. What about the V-Skill pick? I still think V-Skill 2 might be a better choice against Birdie, but you went all V-Skill 1 and V-Trigger 1. What was the mindset behind the cards? Was that just to build as much V-meat as you possibly can quickly, or was there strategy behind using the cards, Pochoclo?
It was a strategy, specifically against Younghou, because he's not he's the best player in neutral game, and he has the best strategy.
Okay.
So he has an especially strategy against B skill 2 by using by using banana, and with banana you can pass through by using back roundhouse, because the spot where he is and the banana is, it will be always in a favor to Birdie. So I went for B skill 1 in order to build B skill meter and use some buff, like for example the red card and specifically the green card. I think that green card is pretty good in this matchup.
Yeah.
Because you can reduce a little bit the hit damage that Birdie has.
And I think that's probably much more effective when Birdie is in V-Trigger 1, if it gets to that point. So I definitely agree with using the damage debuff card in that situation. That's fantastic. Veggey, you got any questions to ask these guys?
I mean, we asked this with Anton was on, I think. But how do you, like, are they range specific, or how do you block Rolls V-Trigger 1 successfully all the time? What is the trick? Like, can you tell us if there's something we can lab or look for, or is it on, or do you decide which side you go on? Or I mean, which side to block?
It will depend. It will depend the setups. I have a video in YouTube that explains all that, but it's basically, I guess, you have some tools that can make that guess a little
less scary.
Yeah, less scary, and force the opponent to have some layers in the mind game, and not go for the automatic fireball, teleport, and 50-50. You can use B shift and don't do B break, because B is safe for B break, especially after Soulbind and forward roundhouse after EX Soulbind. Forward roundhouse activation is safe. Try to mix between quick rise and
delay wake up,
and delay wake up if Rose go for Soulbind, and after Soul Spiral, the best thing you can do is go for back recovery, because you have more time to react to the fireball, especially the EX. The EX is extremely fast, especially now that is 12 frames startup. So the best thing that you can do is that keep mixing your defensive options in order to force your opponent to take a decision, and pray if I am right. Right.
So, but when you use it from far away, is there a certain direction you can always block, or is it still a guess from that range when you use it from far away?
I'm sorry, can you repeat?
Yes, if you use the fireball from far away and you teleport, is it always on the same side then, or can you still make it a guess?
You can still make a guess if you go for a back teleport, but it's not a lot of damage. It's more for finish the match. For example, like it was around where I set the bomb and wait to the explosion, and right before the explosion I go for the mix. I could do any. I could don't go for nothing, and it will be the same side.
Okay.
But if you then go to the air from far, it's always gonna be same side, or
no, you can
still mix it there in the air.
In the air, before you have three twists, back to keep the same side, and down to go for cross up air, and neutral be triggered to go for cross up in floor.
Okay. All right, cool. Well, again, this is for Veggey's just asking for future purposes, so he doesn't get hit by half his mix-ups.
Yes.
But just make sure you watch. Make sure you watch the video that he put out.
Yeah, I will watch
Yeah.
the video, and I think you should. Someone should plug that link to that channel.
But
Definitely got to check that out.
yeah, we got to do
Anyway,
that. We got to ask Younghou now. So Younghou, you've played Birdie now. You won, but Birdie still has quite a few problems as a character. Now, can he not compete with the rest of the cast because of all the options they have? Or is it like he just got nerfed too many times and didn't really get any good changes this latest version of the patch? What do you think it is? Because I'm not sure if you're going to stick around with Birdie that much longer.
First of all, I want to say something about the Pochoclo answer.
Oh, please, go for it.
I think the best option is just Bullhorn. So if you Bullhorn in mid-range, if she teleports, you are kinda safe.
Yeah, you're kind of out.
But can you react to the teleport itself, or do you have to?
No,
he was reacting to the fireball.
Yeah, so if she's far in your bullhorn, she could punish the bullhorn, right, on landing.
There is no way you're going to see the teleport.
Yeah,
that's the point.
Exactly. So it's that's what I was wondering. Yeah. So if you're not close enough for it to hit, it's kind of I guess then.
Yes.
Yeah.
Birdie is decent this season, but the point is he has no reason. There is no reason to pick him over other characters. For example, if you are going to play against, let me think, Karim. You're going to play against Karim. Instead of picking Birdie, you should pick Bison.
Okay. That's legit. That's legit. I mean, why don't you try Alex then? Why don't you play Alex?
Because Alex is not a footsie-oriented character.
I agree.
He has some moves, good moves in neutral, but he's morely I think akin the brawler, grappler archetype. It's not a defensive wall like Birdie. I think the character who is closest to Birdie is Chun-Li. Chun-Li season, I think, is very similar to Birdie. You can poke people with standing fears. Crouch fears now has been buffed. You have easy anti-airs. There are so many normals you can press with Chun-Li, very similar to Birdie, I think.
Okay.
It's the closest character.
I feel Colin and Birdie is basically the same character, more than Chun-Li.
Colin too.
They're really close. Yeah.
The issue, Colin struggles against Firebolt characters.
Yeah,
like
I agree.
A lot. A lot.
There you go, Veggey. Make the change.
So it's like if you with Colin, when they nerfed her damage and stun, I think that hurt her bad matchups a lot and didn't really affect her neutral-based matchups. But when you play against Ryu, Sagat, I think that becomes really hard when you don't even have the big cash outs anymore. Personally, like Colin-wise.
Yeah.
So she's the same, but I feel like her worst matchup must become even worse as they are buffed and she is less threatening to them.
Well, I mean, that just happens with all the characters. That's the tail of the tape with Street Fighter 5, is when your character gets buffed or nerfed, it's either your good matchups got better or your bad matchups got worse. There was no in between. There's been some slight adjustments, certain matchups like, okay, now I can fight this bad matchup because the V skill changed something or the V trigger changed something.
I disagree with this statement because Rashid and Kami has been nerfed so many times. They're still top tier characters every season.
Still extreme.
So not always nerf and buff change.
Younghou, I saw some Kami players in chat trying to say Birdie was cheap. You have an answer to that? What do you think about that? When a Kami player wants to tell you that your character is cheap.
Kami is a mistake.
Oh, wow.
Kami as a character is
he did not sugarcoat that.
You have the best of two worlds. You have the best of footsies, and also you can jump. You have back fierce, which is too good. Is 6 frames, 7 frames back fierce to whip punish. You have knockdown, pressure. You have amazing B reversal, and also you have die kick. So
and one of the best with trigger. One of the best with trigger.
Spiral arrow, more like spiral arrow. No.
Or look, you have to win. There's no way around. if you play Luke or Cammy, you have to win.
You have to
Yeah. Especially now with Luke. Luke is a character that has the best matchup chart. So if you are losing with Luke, I don't know.
Wow. No,
What
do you know
else
what?
you can
Do you know
do
what? I'll
to
tell
be
you what,
better?
Pochoclo, I'll tell you what. When we had Brian F and Flakito on the show, Brian F said this. He said, there is no such thing as a bad Luke player. Do you agree?
Wow.
I agree because I said a lot of times in my Twitter. Luke is the ultimate carry in the game.
Whoa.
It's the ultimate carry in the game. If you don't have time or you are lack of certain fundamentals in your play, just take Luke and throw things. Are all the things safe on block, and if you got the hit, you can convert into a lot of damage. So he has the best zone in the game. His fireballs are extremely fast, especially B trigger 1. You can react to that, and once you are in corner, you are literally there. You have no all the decision that you do against Luke is a bad decision. For the other side, if you go for Luke, any try that you make with Luke is a safe decision or a good decision. Or a good one. There's no bad decisions when you play Luke. There's no bad decision, and that's the reason that I think the same about an emergency patch. We need a balance patch because the game is extremely fun when you take out Luke of the game. The game is extremely fun. You can play again. You can play a lot of characters, and all those characters can make something. But when you have Luke in the competitive, he literally kills all the other characters in the game because he has the best options in the game.
Oh, okay. Well, definitely these guys could write a dissertation on Luke if they really wanted to. Well, half the community could. Because, listen, there's a lot to say about it. But listen, you heard Younghou's statement. If you play Luke or Cammy, you have to win. He didn't even ask you. He just said you have to win. That's crazy. But you know what it is? It's like, again, everyone is going to play the characters they want to play. If you're not as competitively driven as like professionals or certain people trying to make a name for themselves in this, I'd say play a character you want. But at the same time, I think every season there's been a character where people have dabbled with them or had a pocket. Like a lot of people had it with Chun-Li in season 1. Obviously the roster was limited to 16. You know, when Rashid got toned down in season 3, quote unquote toned down, but still won Capcom Cup. Some people swapped over. Some people swapped over to Cammy. You know, season 4 or 5, it was Chun-Li again. Then Seth came around, and now there's Luke. So
and then there was Abigail in season 3 as if you
well,
had an Abigail
do you know what? I don't
pocket,
think,
you would.
I don't think many people like
matches.
pocketed Abigail in season 3 though. We knew how destructive he was. Yeah, no, we knew how destructive he was. Just no one said, "I'm gonna pick Abigail as a secondary character." No one did that. Like you've seen that with Cammy. You've seen that with Chun-Li. It actually happened with the Buki slightly at one point. You know,
at the end, right?
So it's like, you know, things here and there for certain characters, but yeah, look, I can't disagree with what Younghou and Pochoclo are saying about Luke or Cammy. I can't really disagree, but I play Poison, so what do I know? But yeah, like, you know what, it's great to hear these guys' opinions and watch these guys play. But yeah, Veggey, you got any other questions you want to ask these guys before I hit them with a couple final
I mean,
questions?
I have 2 questions both for Younghou. Can I ask both? One is really quick.
Yeah,
one is really
go for it.
Also not so quick. Okay, the first one is, what would you give Birdie to make him like you feel like he's worth picking? What would you give him? If you could, only one thing, not like a list of things, just one thing that you think would change things for him. I
think he lack of Oki after Ilana weaponage. So I will give him better Oki, a normal throw Oki. He has Oki with his Bullhorn, but he has an Oki risking with the Commander.
Yeah, I agree.
So I would like having dash into throw mix, into normal throw mix.
I think that if Bullhorn gave Oki on Backrise, Birdie would be a high tier character. That is the defining flaw. And if his Bullhorn gave Oki on Backrise that you could throw an OSV shift, he would be He wouldn't need anything else. He would be a good character. That's how little you need to make this character work this season, in my opinion. So I think that's a great answer.
Okay. Well, what was the other question? Yeah.
The second question is, you are now maining G in your profile picture. You have the G costume ready. So I want to ask you, because I know you used to main Birdie in your profile picture and for your streams. You used to have the pig mask. Where is the pig mask? What happened to it?
The pig mask is still with me, but because I had an incident on the Sao Paulo airport with the Brazilian international international cups.
Wait, what?
You gotta prove the
Okay,
story.
now I'm sitting up now. Talk to me. What happened with the airport? Why did they?
I was back in 2018, I think. I was traveling back to Chile from Brazil, and they saw the mask on my stuff.
Yeah.
So they asked me, "This is mask. Why are you trying to do here with this mask?" So it was a bit scary. So now I will never travel with a mask to a tournament.
Well, at least a character cosplay mask to a tournament.
At least.
Well, I mean, would you carry G's hat to a tournament? Would you do that, or would that get taken as well?
I had a Christmas mask, Christmas hat, and also I am trying to do an Antonov costume.
Oh, Antonov from King of Fighters, right?
Yes.
Okay. Wow.
But Younghou, you just remember you can't rock G's battle costume, the one with the mask and the
Wait, are you his battle costume's the hunter one with the shotgun.
Oh, sorry, no, which is the story one. Yeah, the story costume.
Okay.
I think that would be more dangerous than the pig mask, to be honest.
Yeah, it's like, who is this guy?
Definitely don't do that, please. We want to make sure you are safe and sound, and we can still watch you play Street Fighter and still just go around being happy. You know, I don't want anyone getting in trouble at the airport because they were playing fighting games and the airport police misunderstood something. We've had that too much times with arcade sticks. Let me tell you that.
So he has the pig mask and the arcade stick. Imagine what they were thinking when they were watching that X-ray.
Oh, man. That is crazy.
Oh my god.
Now it's funny, but in that moment it was
pretty scary. Yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah.
But yeah, Younghou, I mean, I believe I think you guys' online CPT is happening in July. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yes. So can I expect Younghou to have Zeku and Chun-Li ready for this CPT by that time, or are you gonna stick with Birdie and G?
I think I'm going to learn Seku. Chun-Li, it's not my cup of tea.
Okay, I like that.
At least I'm going to pick Seku, G, and maybe Birdie in some matchup, but I am switching from Birdie.
It's a full commitment.
Let's put it there. Pochoclo, what about you? You going to be sticking with Rose for CPT, or are you going to prepare or like polish up the Manat and maybe bring out that jury that Younghou mentioned before?
No. As I say before, Rose and Menat are both my main characters. I love them, and they will be my mains in Street Fighter 5, Street Fighter 6, or Street Fighter 7. The thing is, I am going to prepare my counter pick against those both character bad matchups. That is Balrog, Bison.
Oh yeah.
Ken. So I'm decide yet, but maybe I'm going to try Akira or Ibuki. That are my sub characters.
Oh, okay. I like those choices there. Now, you know what? You mentioned a couple of bad matchups there for Rose. You mentioned Dictator, Boxer, and Ken.
Yeah.
Let me talk specifically about Ken. Is the matchup still like horrible, or because of Rose's changes, has it been made a little bit easier? What's your opinion on it?
It's not horrible. It's terrible. No, it's not horrible now. It's terrible.
Oh man, that's brilliant.
Heavy DP and B Trigger 2 and the amount of corner carry that the Ken has, it has extremely hard times to Rose. Rose literally in corner is free. It's free. There's no changed or defensive tools that you can use to stop Ken offensive, because EXO Spire is has a lot of startup and you can throw it. So it's still being, I guess, and there's some specific Oki setups that you can use your jab and block the spiral and punish it. Punish is huge. And B Trigger 2 is an extremely good tool for with punish and fears, and also you literally can use any Soul Spark when he has B Trigger 2.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And of course the conversion is like 550 health if it
it's a lot of health.
critical. It's a lot of
well,
health.
if it's with CA, it's over 50%. If it's not with CA, it's probably just under 40% or something. It's just
and you're in corner, so it's terrible.
Yeah, of course. Oh, man, telling you, I thought that matchup would have changed slightly, but it's still a bad matchup for Rose.
Yeah, from 8-2 to 7-3.
That still doesn't make any better. at least got more fun tools to play with. But yeah, no, do you know what? It's been fantastic. Let me ask you both. Both of you guys or either of you planning to go EVO this year, or are you going to sit this one out? Youngho, you first.
I have some plans to go EVO this year.
Okay, cool.
Because there are so many reasons why I am trying to go to EVO. I also play other fighting games like Guilty Gear. So there's a beef with Otashi.
Oh.
I beat him in casuals and he refused to rematch. And then he talked a lot of trash on his stream. So I make a video, I get a lot of hate about it.
Wow, so it's basically Hotashi versus the world in Strive. Wow, that's interesting.
Yes. And also I got third place at Guilty Gear EVO last year. So there's other games I am trying to compete at EVO. But I am looking what Capcom is going to offer, because right now we have the online premieres, but the World Warrior tournaments, Capcom don't say anything.
Yeah, we're still waiting.
Right.
Yeah.
I am looking for this, and then if there's no other tournament, I am going to EVO.
Okay, cool. Pochoclo, what about you? Are you looking to go EVO this year? You're going to sit this one out?
I would love to be hit there, but sadly I can't. There's no money to travel to that. It's extremely expensive, and I don't have a way to have all that money and go to EVO. So I will really love to be there, because it's the last year of Street Fighter 5, and Street Fighter 5 makes me improve a lot in mental fortitude and fundamentals. So I really love all that the game gave to me. So it's sad, but I will try to make all my effort to be in EVO next year, and hope what is Capcom gonna show us to about the Street Fighter 6. Sorry.
Okay, okay. It's unfortunate you can't go, because again, like you just said, a lot of people don't find themselves with that kind of money to fly over to Vegas and have some fun and probably lose to a Luke. So it can hurt. It can be upsetting. But obviously, a lot of people want to go there for the social aspect and the experience overall in general. Now, I've got two final questions.
And the water is more expensive. The water is more expensive than a flight itself, isn't it?
No, but apparently water. No, didn't they say water's free this year? Well, so you haven't been paying attention? Yeah, you definitely.
It's me. Do you think I pay attention?
Well,
Jammerz?
if it's not,
I just like to make up my mind, Jammerz, and then spew that mind over everyone.
I'm gonna clip that and send that back to you anytime you try and back chat me.
Put it and ship it, clap it and chip it.
Right, Olvaha, apparently you got a question before I ask the final questions.
Yes.
The finale.
So, Pochoclo and Youngho, give me one character you want in Street Fighter 6 and one character you don't want in Street Fighter 6. And Pochoclo, you can start.
I can't choose just one, but maybe or Rose or Menat.
Okay.
One of those, and I really don't like, but he's already in Street Fighter 6. His look, but if I have to pick another character, maybe Laura. I don't really like Laura.
Ooh,
Okay.
good choice.
Cool. I like that. He doesn't want Laura in there. We're in the same
how
boat.
about you?
I like that. Yeah, Youngho, what about you? What character do you want to see in Street Fighter 6, and which one do you not want to see in Street Fighter 6?
I wanna Q.
Okay.
Basically, Q. I think this character, but Q oriented in the defensive, like his whole town. When he got a live buff, I think will be interesting in Street Fighter 6.
Okay.
Q. Which character I don't wanna. Menat. I think Menat because I think Menat. I think
like a birdie man.
You're welcome.
I think Menat is a mistake. Anime character in Street Fighter 5. She plays like a puppet character, like Sato or Cars.
Okay.
From
Yeah, Carl from BlazBlue. Yeah.
I think Menat, you should pick a collaboration. Capcom should pick a collaboration with our system and then create another game and they put Menat there, but not in Street Fighter 6.
I mean, he's giving you free consultation. I love it. And do you know,
Can I change my choice?
Please, please.
I want to. I don't like Rashid. I'm sorry, Rashid is not from this game. He's pretty good for Marvel vs. Capcom, but he's not for Street Fighter.
Wow. Okay. Well, listen, they've been slowly bringing that anime-esque character, that style into Street Fighter games because some people like to see crazy stuff in fighting games. Listen, you didn't play fighting games, to be honest. Let me tell you that much. You've seen all the characters everyone plays here. Maybe Veggey's a little bit innocent in that regard, but even then, he's got some strange choices. But you didn't play fighting games, to be honest. But yeah, listen, we'll have to see. Hopefully, certain characters do make the return and certain characters don't. But either way, it was great to hear you guys' choices. Right, one last question before we have to let you guys go. Now, gentlemen, if we were to bring more players from the South American region on for a 1st to 10, who would you choose? Or who would you want to see? Pochoclo, you first. 2 players in a 1st to 10 from South America. Anyone that comes to mind?
From South America, my first picks will be always from Chile. We have a extremely good players like Chaos or Evil Crash, Tanks, Mysterio, etc. But if I have to choose out of Chile, I will look for Dark. Dark is an extremely good player. He's clean. He's one of the best players here in the region. And of course, Nero the Boxer or Frozen from Argentina.
Oh, okay. Frozen, Nero the Boxer. Yeah, because Nero the Boxer did win his CPT as well. Okay, interesting. Youngho, what about you? What are your choices?
My choice will be Keoma because I'm a friend of Keoma. I talk a lot with Keoma from Brazil. He was one of the best Street Fighter 4 players.
Oh, I remember his able.
He is still very strong in Street Fighter 5, so people really don't know because he doesn't like playing online, I think.
Okay.
So Keoma against Frozen. Frozen to me is New Blood.
Oh.
So it's the New Blood. A Natch player from Argentina, so it will be interesting if they could play in some matches. Keoma from Brazil and Frozen.
Much appreciated for those choices. We'll see if we can make something happen in the future. Obviously, we've got a couple of things lined up, and obviously, we've got other jobs to attend to as well. So sometimes it might take a little while to get certain things happening. But it was great to get you guys on the show anyway. Much appreciated. Richard, can you put their fight club back on so the people know where they can find them on the social media? There it is. There are their Twitter accounts, ladies and gentlemen. Do not forget, Pochoclo is a content creator. He has been putting out an abundance of tech for his character, and I believe Youngho has been doing the same as well. Now, gentlemen, before
can I send a shout out?
Yeah, that's what I was literally going to do. Before we let you go, I was going to say, do you guys have any final words for the peoples at home? Pochoclo, you first.
first of all, thanks to all the people to support me in the chat, especially my girlfriend. I really love best. So thank you for your unconditional support. I really appreciate it, and of course I appreciate the opportunity to be here. So thanks, huge thanks to Capcom Fighters and you guys. I really hope to see more South American players here in sets. We have a lot of extremely good players, so please give it the chance to be here. You will not regret of that decision.
Okay, cool. Younghou, what about you? Any final words before we let you guys go?
And yes, thank you to everyone here for the opportunity to play against Pochoclo. This match was very good, very interesting to play. Also, I want to say shout outs to my sponsor, Adoken Dojo Gaming, who is a team who has do a lot of very goods to me. Yeah, they are really important to me. Adoken Dojo Gaming, my team, and my girlfriend, Fanny Ping. I love you. So
do you love me too?
That's sweet.
I know you love your girlfriend, but do you love me too? I just thought. I just thought I'd ask. Everyone's saying they love their girlfriends. I need some love too.
I love you, Jammerz, and I've said that too. You know I love you.
Nah,
I love you guys.
I'm only playing. I'm only playing.
You too, Jammerz.
Nah, these guys are fun. I love these guys. All right, gentlemen, much appreciated for that. Like we said, make sure you follow them on their social media and keep an eye on them for your CFNs, your YouTubes, just in Street Fighter competitions as well. Their CPT is coming up in July. I almost forgot, and I was talking about it earlier. CPT is coming up in July, so keep an eye out for these players. And I'm going to keep Pochoclo, hold him to it. He said we're not going to regret our choices when we do and when we try to get more South American players on the show. Fingers crossed we can get more people on here.
Before they leave, I would just like to say in the beginning, Pochoclo asked why he was invited. And when you see the set back, you will see why you were invited. This was a great combination of players. We got to see matchup and characters we don't get to see all the time. And it was great moments, a lot of high A-level stuff, techniques and stuff that was showcased that you wouldn't necessarily get from someone else. It's just like it was a great match. This one goes down in the archive as one of the sets with the most interesting interactions, and was just a great viewing experience. And the chat was popping off, and it was a great session. Thank you guys so much for coming.
Yes, of course.
It was amazing.
All right, gentlemen, when you are ready, because myself, Veggey Olvaha have to close out this show, you guys can leave the voice chat, and in about a couple of minutes, I will send you guys a message in the Twitter group we are in, thanking you guys once again and talking further. So yeah, when you guys are ready, Pochoclo and Younghou, you guys can leave the voice chat. Ooh, are they here? They're gone. All right, cool. They disappeared. They didn't even say bye. They just left. I love it. I love it. They just left. It's like you see people just say bye.
Jammerz.
What's up?
In case you didn't know, I love you, bro.
Thank you.
Don't ever doubt that. I love you too, bro.
I don't know. I play Poison, so I don't have many friends these days, so I don't know.
No, but you have to separate the game from personal. Some people get personally unfriendly with people who play characters. You're a great dude, even though your character is cheap.
Fair. Thank you. Remember, fair and unfair. Let's remove the cheap. Let's learn to speak English, shall we?
Okay, sorry. Even though your character is unfair.
Thank you. It's
better than cheap, honestly. But like your character is unfair.
Well,
that sounds worse to me though.
Listen,
cheap is kind of just like, oh wow, that's cheesy, but unfair is a whole new level of. I don't know.
It's worse, therefore better.
Oh well, I'm just saying, I'm just helping you just speak a different way when it's talking about characters and their strengths and weaknesses, whatever. But yeah, anyway, now, do you know what? Shouts to Veggey for bringing those two on, Pochoclo and Younghou. Thoroughly enjoyed that. Don't forget, you can catch the archives of tonight's set on YouTube once it is done. It was a nail-biting set. You will not be disappointed. It was great to see, like we said, a matchup that myself and Veggey have played, but we haven't actually seen at large. It's not one of those common matchups you'll see, so we like to bring those unique matchups on the show and see how it goes. And hey, 10-8 was not a bad scoreline. I got to say so myself.
Very close.
Yeah, definitely very close. Like we said as well, make sure you keep an eye out for them and just probably the South American region in general. They do have talent. they don't get as much spotlight as North America or Europe or Japan in that regard, because again, it's just for different reasons, of course. But yeah, before we go, Richard, let's roll the CPTs, because I believe North America still have the chance. Well, we got this first. So this was announced earlier today. The UK and Ireland CPT, the registration is now open. If you follow the details on the tweet on Capcom Fighters Twitter, it should take you to the Smash GG page. You fill out the necessary information and you sign up for the tournament. Our second and last CPT of last season was in December, and in a short space of time, we are one of the front runners of the new CPT season. That is going to be a bloodbath, and yeah, I'm curious to see who's going to sign up for that, because there are well, he's definitely not. I'll tell you that much. He got in.
No.
Is Croydon not allowed in?
Yeah, I saw that in the rules. They said, like towns and cities, and Croydon wasn't there. They said he's from Croydon, just basically shot off. They said no. No people from there.
Is too bad, right?
But yes, before our CPT, a week before that, it will be the West Coast, North America, the Western region. You're still available, or signups are still open. I'm not actually sure when they close, but North America West will be opening the online part of the CPT this year as well, and the players are training. Hopefully they are practiced, or they're still practicing and signing up. But yes, the signups are still open there. And also, do not forget our European Weekly Salt Mine League. It is on every Sunday unless stated otherwise, because I'm bringing this up. Well, apparently they've got it. Shows how good you guys are. Anyway, I'm bringing up Salt Mine because their season this year, they are actually doing a Evo funding. So what's going to happen is, the winner of, I believe, the Street Fighter ranking system at the end of the season will be flown out by Ritus and the rest of the Salt Mine team, or the Evo funding they have, to Evo this year to get an experience and enter the tournament. So that's going to be interesting. That's why I want to bring up the graphic, because it's a big deal. And with that incentive for the players, it brings more eyes on watching the weekly in general. And I believe the viewership has slowly been creeping back up. For
the patch as well.
Yeah, of course. So it's going to be interesting to see. And I think Ending Walker's at the top of the leaderboards right now.
He did win yesterday.
He did win indeed, but that's why I wanted the guys in the back to bring out the graphic, but they didn't. So there you go. Anyway, but yeah, I believe that is
no graphics.
No, they don't.
Ain't got no graphics for you, Jammerz.
No graphics.
No graphics for you.
Don't do that.
You might get a graphic tomorrow.
Maybe that's going to be useless to me at that point. Anyway, yeah, I believe that is it from us tonight. It looks like you want to say something before I close out the show. So Veggey, you can say your Nerf Dow symbol. I'm from Croydon before I close out this show. So go for it.
I think it's not hard to see that I want to say something, Jammerz, because you know that I always want to say something, and I have to really constrict myself from not saying something when there is something to be said, because there's always something to say, because the mouth is just running wild. But I think that we need to revisit this idea that I'm your favorite Brit, because we haven't spoken about it for a while, and I feel like people have forgotten who their favorite Brit is. Jammerz is a great guy. Olvaha is from Finland. Richard and Mark are in the back room, so they can't really be your favorite. So I think it's important that we again bring the focus back to who is the favorite Brit, who is the favorite Brit, and that is definitely Veggey, the favorite Brit, and also the bringer of prosperity and the prophet of truth, who told you about... I almost wanted to say Luke, because that would rhyme, but I didn't actually tell you about Luke. But I did tell you about Dalsim last season, who's still reigning terror. And I think just this show every month, it's like a great talk show where we can just talk about, and when the CPT starts, it's just like a great meeting point for the FTC. And I wish more people tune in for this meeting point where we're just meeting and melting. It's the melting pot, the Capcom Fighters Sets melting pot. And that's really all I wanted to say as the favorite Brit who's not allowed to enter the UK tournament because Croydon is banned for some reason.
Why do they have Birdie in the poster as well?
Yeah,
I wanted to ask you that, Veggey.
Well, I don't know. Maybe,
they're just playing with my heart.
Maybe he slipped to 20. I don't know. Maybe he slipped to the 20. I don't know. At the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for watching another episode of Sets. There is most likely not going to be an episode next week. I'm telling you now, because the production team have a bigger job to do. But we should, if we're not back next week, we should be back in 2 weeks' time. In the meantime, if you want to win a tournament that's got $350,000 on the line, just smash hands. See you next time. Goodbye.